Can't lie, you are right, Ed. He is going to be insufferable. I was watching his rants across this platform as I was watching Jordan get a draw away in South Korea. Let's go. World Cup, here we go. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. The Coppish boys will be joining us, guys, in a bit. So, whenever they finish their stream, they finish it. But we ain't gonna wait. We're gonna run it the classical style. You get me? Husam X Tom little settings until they arrive. So whenever they come in, they come in. Make sure guys are liking the video. Make sure guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. And of course, joining me. I feel like today, I'm sorry, but I just have to. Just have to. Hi, Thomas.
Oh, mate.
You're so mad. I could tell you're actually seething. Like, fair enough.
He's a fucking rat.
You want to get into it straight away? Okay, guys. Like and subscribe. Go ahead, Tom.
He's a rat, plain and fucking simple. 2 years he's been talking behind our back to get this deal done. 4 years ago, he refused to sign a 5-year deal, so we could sign a four-year one. He's been planning this. He's been fucking sly and little deceitful little rat about the way he's tried to go around it. He's tried to go under the fucking radar, out the back door. No one questioned him. He wishes we were shit this year so he could run the fucking classic excuse, I need to win trophies. We offered them more money, so it can't be money. And it can't be ambition because we're winning fucking trophies. So what is it? He's just a rat, plain and simple. And I'm fucking fuming because everything he said, you know what? I'd be annoyed anyway that he left. But all he's done all fucking time with this has been lie. I don't want us to play out in public. Yet I've known more about his contract situation than any of the others. And the other two have done fucking interviews every week. You haven't done a single fucking interview all season. The last interview Trent Alexander-Arnold did as the vice captain. Let's bear this in mind. Vice captain of the football club. Last interview we did was when Jurgen Klopp was in the fucking dugout. The man has been trying to get out the back door and trying to sneak through it the whole time and get away with it and think that it'll just get brushed under the carpet. You know what? I'm glad. I'm glad it's come out now because he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. The only thing I wish now is that the stuff Paul Joyce has said that we're pushing on the Van Dijk and Salah contracts. I hope that gets done ASAP. So Trent, and it gets announced. None of this wait till the end of the season. Make sure it gets announced. So we have to sit there in a fucking stadium of 60,000 people who know what he is. A lying, traitor, rat. Who's fucked the club over and fucked the fans over at every possible opportunity. And this is not a situation like in the past. Liverpool Football Club have ambition. Liverpool Football Club are winning top honours. Liverpool Football Club offered him the money to make him the highest paid fucking right back in the history of the fucking football. And yet he's a lying, deceitful rat who tried to lead the club on. 4 days ago, stories coming out. Oh, he still wants to stay at the football club. Bollocks, does he? 2 years he's been trying to get this move behind our back. 2 fucking years. There's no love, there's no loyalty. At the end of the day, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Trent fan. I'm not a Salah fan. I'm not a Van Dijk fan. I'm not an Alisson fan. I'm a Liverpool fan. And that man has disrespected the football club and disrespected the people. 2 years he's been trying to do this behind our back. No respect, no loyalty, disgraceful, shocking, piss poor. This is not on... I know what we'll get into at some point in the stream. This deal, this one on its own, is not on the ownership. This is on him being a little rat. The other two, if they don't sign, entirely on the ownership. This one, no.
Okay, I let you speak. Don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you once. We got Dave O'Cop. You get me? He shared this 2 days ago. Liverpool are continuing talks with Trent Alexander-Arnold. The delay is not solely down to finances. Considerations are centered around the competitiveness of the team, including other factors and the future direction that the team will be heading in.
Mhm.
And this is the complete angle I'm looking at it. I am completely nothing against Trent Alexander-Arnold. I absolutely love the player. I think, in my opinion, he's a Liverpool legend. I've got nothing negative to say about the guy. He's given us way too many good moments for me to just say like some silly stuff about him. So I'm not gonna call him a rat. I'm not gonna say anything like that. He's right. He's right. If you have to be honest about it, if you join Real Madrid in these next 5 years, in these next 6 years, you're gonna win what? You're gonna win 4 league titles, you're going to win 3-4 Champions Leagues. You're going to win everything there is to win in this sport. You are. This is reality. I'm sorry, you guys, we have to accept reality. If you go to Real Madrid, you're going to win 3-4 Champions Leagues in the next 5 years. If you stay at Liverpool Football Club, you're going to get Federico Chiesa. You're going to get players like that. That's who you're going to get at this football club. So why should you stay? I'm being dead serious. People, Tom said at the start, like, oh, if someone brings up ambition, I'm gonna lose it. But it's reality. We have had Salah, Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Robertson, all of these players for the last 8 years. And in these last 8 years, we're about to win only our 2nd league title in 8 years. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is the lack of ambition of this ownership. And that's just the ultimate reality of why this football club is in this position that it's in. The reason why we did not win the Champions League this season is the ownership. And the reason why we did not win anything more than the Champions League season is this ownership. And the reason why we don't spend money is this ownership. And the reason why we have convinced the whole planet that we got no money is because of the ownership and PR from fan channels, from media, from people like that. Ornstein, in the middle of the summer, in the middle of him working, making phone calls 24/7, he has time to put out a think piece about how great Richard Hughes is. In the middle of a transfer window. If you don't believe in the PR, if you don't believe in the brown envelopes, if you don't believe in all that stuff, then you just don't understand where this whole position is coming from. You can be mad at Trent all you want, but Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world. Real Madrid are the biggest club in the world. I understand where Tom's coming from. As a Scouser, it's not. As a Scouser, Liverpool is the biggest club in the world. Understood? 100%. But why should you trust your future in the hands of Fenway Sports Group when you can trust your future in the hands of Florentino Perez, who after winning a league title and winning a Champions League went and signed Kylian Mbappe? Can you imagine I asked to sign Kylian Mbappe after winning a league title?
We tried to sign Mbappe a couple of years ago.
That's not the point. I said, can you imagine I asked for it? That I asked for it. Imagine me as a fan. I dared even ask for it. They tell me, you've never been to Anfield. You're a fake fan. You're a glory hunter. This is not FIFA. Blah, 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 blah. They would have said that to me. Florentino Perez actually executes that. Luka Modric is almost 40 years old. He's getting contract extensions. That's the type of owner that Florentino Perez is. Now compare that to Fenway Sports Group. Compare that to the ownership that we have, that have no ambition, that do not care. That if me and Tom sat in a secret room with John W. Henry now, for the next 10 years, offer them nothing but top 4, they would shake our hands. Wallahi al-azim, they would shake our hands. I'm swearing while I'm fasting. I haven't had water, coffee, or cigarettes, or food, of course, but the other stuff is more important than it. I'm telling you all right now, if we sat in a secret room with them, no one could hear us, and I offered them 4th place for the next 10 years, he would accept it. Because they don't want to win. They don't care about lifting trophies. This is not an ownership that cares about lifting trophies. This is an ownership that wants Champions League money so he can go and make Linda's tits big, so he can go and buy new yachts. That's all he cares about. And that's why, if I'm in Trent's position, I don't trust my future in his hands. I trust my future in the hands of Florentino Perez. The guy who signed Mbappe and Camavinga and Valverde and Chouameni, and the guy that has won, 6 Champions Leagues, 7 Champions Leagues in the last 10 years? I'd want to be part of that as well. And instead of me playing through balls to Darwin Núñez, I'm going to be throwing through balls to Kylian Mbappe. Hey, I'm with you, Trent, man. I'm with you, Trent. Good luck to Trent. You get me? Good luck to him. Liverpool legend.
No, none of this good luck shit.
He gave us iconic moments. He gave us iconic moments. He gave us the corner taken quickly. He shushed the Man United fans. He's done so much for the club. He's a Premier League champion. He's Champions League winner. That's what Trent did. And no one should ever compare him to Michael Owen because Michael Owen played for Man United. Had Trent gone to Man United, I would have cussed his ass out as well. But he's going to Real Madrid. There's a difference. It's a club in Spain, right?
Every hotel's got the I wish Trent well shirt, doesn't it? It's a load of shite. You're a Liverpool fan, Husam. You should never want any player to leave the football club and do well. It's tribalistic. That's what fandom is. And ambition. Let's do this ambition. I've just done 25 minutes on my stream of ambition. Liverpool Football Club is an ambitious fucking club. You can sit there and laugh at it. For the last 8 years, we've been competing for league titles and Champions Leagues. We just fucking lucked our way there. We've just fucking lucked our way to every single one of them. 97 points, just pure luck. 99 points, pure luck. 92 points, pure luck. Pure luck the entire fucking way. Look. No actual logic, no actual thinking behind it. It was just pure luck, pure blind fucking luck. No, it wasn't. Liverpool in the fucking late 90s, early 2000s, we're that team who spent all the fucking money. We broke transfer records. We were spending 40, 50 million in a transfer window in 1999. Imagine that today. What did that get us? Fucking nothing. Nothing. Nowhere, zilch, nada, fuck all. Whether you like this ownership group or not, and you know I'm FSG out, the only point I have had consistent success in my lifetime is following their model and their strategy. And what?
Yeah, but that's because the other one you had is Hicks and Gelato, Tom. Come on.
What about the ones fucking before it? When I just said we were breaking transfer records and we weren't getting fucking anywhere but second place, third place, fourth place.
Tom, before FSG came in my lifetime, obviously I'm a bit older than you. In my lifetime, we won everything apart from the Premier League. Literally everything. In my life.
80s, 70s.
No, I'm not.
We were the biggest spenders, by the way.
Hassan, I'm not that old, bro. Like, I thought we established this long time. Brother, did you just say the 80s, bro? I'm not that old.
Tom is livid, Callum, just so you know.
No, of course, I can understand it. What I'm saying is, Tom, I've seen before FSG came here, I saw us win FA Cup, Carabao, Champions League, UEFA Cup, Super Cup. The only trophy we didn't win was the Premier League.
Drifty wants the lick as well. He's angry. Let's go.
I will never take that away from FSG. But what I will say, Tom, is where I disagree. If you can sit there genuinely in your heart of hearts and say that Liverpool Football Club is an ambitious club, I have to wholeheartedly disagree. I think Liverpool Football Club, their aim is to finish in the top 4 and anything else is a bonus. And the reason I say that, Tom, is because Klopp, the reason we laud and love Klopp so much is because we look at him as a miracle worker. I don't look at Guardiola as a miracle worker. Phenomenal manager, phenomenal coach, however you want to label him. He's not a miracle worker. He's had the best resources and the best of everything handed to him to allow him to succeed. Jurgen Klopp has had to make wine out of water numerous time after numerous time. That is because of the ownership. But we're sitting here with one signing over the course of the summer and we're about to win the league. I'm not having FSG getting credit for this Premier League trophy. This is the slot trophy and the player trophy. This is not an FSG Premier League. I'm sorry. It just isn't. The last time we won the Premier League...
Who built the squad to get to this point, though? This is the point that...
All the people that you copped for the last 3 years.
Liverpool Football Club built it.
Schmatka, Jurgen Klopp. Tom, it's true. Don't get angry.
No, because this squad is built up. You can say, this is an FSG type. They only brought one player who doesn't even play. But the squad was entirely built by their model. Entirely built by their model. The one guy who wasn't by their model, the one guy is the guy that everyone wants fucking sold this summer because he's a waste and he was our transfer record and he is useless. That is the one guy who went against it. This model, whether you like it or not, is the reason Liverpool Football Club are consistently, because I know what you said, Cal, we won stuff in the past, in your lifetime, but it was never a consistent basis. It would be a year or two where you'd win stuff, and in 5-6 years of nothing.
Do you think
underperformance and underachievement?
Do you think Salah deserves to be in the Ballon d'Or shout this season, sir?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
because he's an incredible footballer. He deserves to be in the Ballon d'Or shout multiple times in his career, but never really has.
And you'd say this season he's gone far and above and achieved some crazy stuff, right?
This season's probably his most complete year, yes.
Salah's about to break the Premier League record for GA in one season.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had to virtually carry our attack throughout a season. That's not a model thing. That's not an FSG thing. That's a player performing above and beyond what they have to do in order for
but Mohamed Salah, numbers-wise, because I'm saying performance-wise, I think this is the best we've seen Mohamed Salah. Numbers-wise, Mohamed Salah under Jurgen Klopp was this amazing. In his first season, in his very first season at the football club, we were seeing a GA split very similar to this in terms of just complete and utter focus on him. The only difference was Firmino got slightly more than what Gakpo's got this year. So the split didn't look anywhere near as bad.
No. Tom,
sorry, Callum, excuse me, just one.
Because that's not the Premier League graphic.
Just 1 second. I'm gonna get you someone who's on your side as well, guys. Drifty is here. We're gonna add him, but we have 2,000 people in here. Can we get 500 likes at least? Wallah, you guys have some shame. We're gonna add Drifty. Tom is livid. Me and Callum are supportive of Trent. There's 2 people.
No. Husam, let me make it clear. I'm not, and I know people will think I am. I'm not Team Trent here. I'm not Team Trent. I'm Team Liverpool.
The reason I say Team Trent, you're a Liverpool fan. Get a fucking good it, man.
Of course I'm a Liverpool fan, Tom, but you just don't get it.
No.
Anyway, I'll add Drifty. Guys, can we get the likes up, please?
The reason why I'm not Team Trent and I'm Team Liverpool is because for me, Liverpool Football Club are a better team with Trent in it. So I'm not Team Trent. Believe me, I'm peed off with Trent as well. But I can't be more upset with the player than the establishment when the establishment has allowed the player to do this, and the player is being allowed to do this by the establishment, and it's not the first player who's done it, and it looks like it's not going to be the last player that does it. My argument with all of this is the establishment, the environment that is being created at Liverpool Football Club is allowing these players who shouldn't be leaving on a free to leave on a free. Trent's not the first, and by the looks of it, he's not going to be the last either. And that is my frustration. Gini Wijnaldum, Emre Can, Adam Lallana, Daniel Sturridge, flipping Naby Keita, Ox, Milner. All these players have left on a free. Forget about whether they're in their peak or not. They've all left on a free. They've all left on a free. Salah, agreed. Virgil, say what you want about them both. They want to stay. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they want to stay. Guess what? As things stand right now, they're going to be leaving on a free at the moment. Guess who is going to be leaving on a free next year if things aren't sorted this summer? That's right, Ibrahim Konate. So I'm asking, this isn't just Trent. If it was just Trent who's left on a free, then I'm fully crashing out on Trent. And while I'm pissed off with Trent, and I think I've got every right to be peed off with Trent, just as you guys are, my frustration is, what is Liverpool Football Club doing behind the scenes to allow this crap to happen year after year after year?
Yes.
What is
before we, I want to explain what I just said. When I say Team Trent, listen, guys, I'm doing it to piss off Tom. I'm a Liverpool fan. Of course, I'm not going to go support Real Madrid because Trent plays for them. That's not the point I'm saying. I'm making a very clear point, okay? I'm gonna talk here without shouting, without being angry. I'm gonna be very concise and strict to the point. You have an opportunity as an IT professional or as a computer engineer to go work for Google. I understand that you built up the company that you have in your local area and you're doing really well in it. But what people need to understand is the following. Look, in the world of football, your lifespan is too short. If I'm in Trent's position and I go play for Real Madrid, over the next 5, 6, 7 years, I am going to look at my trophy cabinet when I retire and I'm going to see 4 or 5 Champions League trophies. I'm going to see 4 or 5 La Ligas. He's looking at someone like Jude Bellingham, who was just looked at as a very good player in Dortmund, now considered one of the better midfielders on the planet. There's a reason for that. It's the fact that he plays for that football club. There's a reason why Jude said no to Liverpool, no to Manchester City, and joined Real Madrid. Now, you can be upset at the way that he's doing stuff. You can be upset at the fact that he haven't given an interview. You can be upset at what Tom said at the start. I agree with. He said, I have known more about Trent's contract situation than anyone else's, even though he said publicly nothing is going to play out publicly. So he is correct 100% when it comes to that. But I'm looking at it from the ambitious perspective, and there's a reason why I shared that Dave O'Cop journalist, the headline. It says it. Liverpool are continuing talks with Trent. The delay is not solely down to finances. Considerations are centered around the competitiveness of the team, amongst other factors, and the future direction that the team will be going in. At the end of the day, Liverpool have had world-class players in this last 8 years. There is a reason why, with pound for pound the best manager on earth in Jurgen Klopp, we have only won 1 league title and 1 Champions League. There's a reason why, when we were winning, in the middle of us winning, we went and signed Sepp van der Berg, Harvey Elliott, and Adrian. What makes Trent so sure? And actually, was listening.
We went on to fucking win after that, though. That's the thing I don't get. We went on to win after that.
We won after that because of what we did before.
So ambition is not just a narrow-minded view set of this year means that happens. No, you build a team across 5 years to get to that point.
Yeah.
Liverpool's ambition for 5 years before that put us in a position to win that league title. After we won that league title, we were ambitious and went and bought the man of the match in the Champions League final, and we didn't win anything. But where's the moment about? Where's the ambition there? Ambition is not a narrow-minded.
So you're not going to talk about the January that year?
Who the fuck were you going to buy? We tried to get Konate.
We were top
of the league. Konate in the January and they rejected us.
That's a lie. We never tried to get Konate.
We did,
That's a lie.
We did though. No, we did not. In every fucking article after we signed Konate in the summer, we tried for Konate in the January, but we drew Leipzig in the Champions League and they wouldn't sell them to us.
That's true.
So wait. So you think they didn't sell them to us just because we drew them in the Champions League?
No, they weren't going to, Husam. They weren't. That's Tom's actually speaking facts here. Tom, what I will say is though, again, this is where the ambition thing kind of doesn't slide with me, because you say we went on and bought Alisson, who became the man of the match in Champions League final. You're right, but what?
No, I was on about Thiago. So after we won the league in the summer after that, where if we didn't have ambition, you just won it back with the same team. We went and bought the man of the match of the Champions League final that year in Thiago, who went against pretty much every other model that the club had used at that point. And you've read the Ingram's book as well. It says in that book it went against every other model that Liverpool Football Club has for recruitment at that point. But it was an ambitious sign to get someone who was above and beyond what it was. That for me is where I look at it. If people view ambition as just money spent, then we're never going to disagree. For me, ambition's a multitude of things.
And what happened with the centre-back situation that summer, Tom, which effectively cost us winning the league, almost making us finish it outside the top 4 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, fuck up all round, but they're not trying to address it in the January. You've got to bear in mind that in the January, we tried...
pressing defender, bro. That's not ambitious.
Yes.
So we went for Konate. His release clause wasn't active yet, and they wouldn't negotiate with us because we drew them in the Champions League. And the football club, again, I'm harping right back to what I said at the start. This model is the only time the football club has had success, sustained success.
Modern era.
In the modern era, this model.
Yeah, but we have never had success in the modern era anyway.
Exactly. So this is the only time we've had it. So I'd want to stick by the model. Why would I want to throw away the only thing that's got me a league title?
Well, that's
Why do I want to go
completely
against the only thing that's got me a team that can compete at the very top level year in, year out? Why would I go against that?
That's completely illogical, Tom.
It's not completely. Oh my god, it's not
because you're using failure as the benchmark for success. How is
a Premier League and a Champions League failure?
No. I'll tell you right now. You're saying this is what you just said. Because Liverpool Football Club have won absolutely nothing in 30 years, and then we won something under FSG, it means that their model is correct.
We won stuff under. Right, so I'll give you the full context. We won stuff under FSG whilst being, for all intents and purposes, the best team on the planet.
Can I spin
it? 97 points, 99 points, 92 points, back-to-back Champions League finals, and a third Champions League final 2 years later.
And we lost.
We won every domestic cup you could have. There is an element of luck that comes down to it. If 4 matches were slightly different, Liverpool Football Club is sitting here with 3 league titles and 3 Champions Leagues. And no one would be sitting there talking about fucking ambition, because you know what? There's no guarantee that if we'd sign fucking Nabil Fekir, we get 100 points. There's no guarantee that if we sign whoever, we get more points or we win a fucking Champions League final. Let's be serious, man.
I'm Matt and Drifty. Feel free to get.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah. I know you were just uncoppish over here. It's chaos, you guys. So yeah.
I'm just letting the man speak. Yeah.
If you swapped Jurgen Klopp for, say, I'll say Roberto Martinez, do you think we have any success under FSG?
No.
hold that there. How many managers have been at Man City under their regime, and how many of them have won the Premier League?
3, is it?
So 3 different managers have been at Man City, and 3 different managers have won the Premier League.
Mancini, Pellegrini,
And Pep.
and Pep, and they've all won the league.
And we've only done it with Klopp, who we all can see.
And we're going to do it with Slot.
And we're going to do it with Slot.
Yeah.
No, absolutely spot on. So if Man City are able to do it with these completely different managers, all different philosophies, but still have top players coming in all the time, but we've only been able to do it once with Jurgen Klopp and about to do it with Arne Slot, would you honestly sit there and say that FSG are providing a platform and an environment for management to not to just compete, but to actually win every season? Because I believe the model is top 4, anything more than that is a bonus. Whereas at Man City, I believe it is go and win a league.
Disagree, because you know we'll use the Man City point. You said that 3 managers have been there and won a league title. Liverpool are going to have 2, but Mancini only ever won 1, and Pellegrini only ever won 1.
Yeah,
but they stayed for years afterwards and didn't win anything after that. Pellegrini won 1 and 3. Mancini won 1 and 3. Pep Guardiola was the outlier, and the problem that we have is we went against that fantastic Manchester City team. If you were talking about Jurgen Klopp and his time and FSG only winning 1 league title, but the time period we were in was Mancini to Pellegrini, I'd be 100% on your side. I would back it 100%. But there is also an element of I can't expect us to go again to I don't want us, to blow up the structure that got us into that position to try and go pound for pound with a team that financially are in. We don't know. I'm not going to say anything, but there's question marks about the legitimacy of it. I don't want us to join that route. Liverpool Football Club have ambition. They do. You don't keep the club in the position that they are in, spending the money that they are on, going for the transfers that they are in, without having an element of ambition. But if people look at ambition as a purely,
so why do you have FSG out then? If we have ambition, why do we have FSG out? Why is FSG out?
I'm FSG out because I disagree with the way they treat the fan base, and you know that because of from day dot.
So you have no problem with their spending or any of that?
I've never had a problem with the transfer strategy.
You have a problem with the transfers?
Wow.
I don't have a problem with the strategy with transfers, and I never have. Sam knows that.
Wait, can I say something?
Let's not crash it. Why is that, Tom? Why don't you have an issue with it?
Because this transfer strategy is the reason that I am seeing a Liverpool team have sustained success for the first and only time in my lifetime, and it has consistently worked. The model consistently worked. Now, when did the model start wobbling? When the guys who were operating the model lost power, and we started deviating from it, and we started signing players because he scored 3 offside goals in a Champions League knockout game against us.
When did the model start working, Tom?
The model started working when Michael Edwards was put in charge.
And Jurgen Klopp came in and we sold Coutinho. That's when the model started working.
The model was working before we sold Coutinho.
No, it weren't.
Yes, it was.
What's the model? What's the aim of the model?
The aim of the model is to improve Liverpool year on year.
And to do
right, so Michael Edwards took over.
The aim of football, Tom, brother, is to win trophies. We weren't winning trophies.
Yes, but you can't. Liverpool Football Club from 2016 can't just suddenly poof 1 year trophy.
FSG weren't here in 2016. They came in 2010.
The model wasn't set in place then because Brendan Rodgers fucked it over, and we all know that because he wouldn't work with a director of football. So we had a fucked transfer strategy. The model I am on about came in from 2016. The moment Michael Edwards took over and got control and running of the director of football job, up until that man left 6 years later, that for me is what is the point I look at as the model being successful. And in that time, we went from 8th to Champions League in the next year with 75 points, which at the time was mental because 75 points would have got you 3rd, sometimes even 2nd. Then the next year, 4th place again, Champions League final. The year after that, Champions League win and 2nd place on record points. The year after that, Premier League win. Then you had a fucked up year because you didn't buy a centre-back. Mistake. Happens. The year after that, bounce back, 92 points, Champions League final, FA Cup, League Cup win. And then Edwards left. And then it went to shit. That model, though, that way of operating as a football club in that time period, because let's not also act like we weren't ambitious in that time period. Yes, we sold Coutinho. We did. but that doesn't fund every single transfer we made in that period. We broke the record for a goalkeeper. We broke the record for a centre back. We broke our own transfer record about 6 times in that period of time. We spent even on the ones that didn't win. Naby Keita was an ambitious signing.
No, it was, and a lot of that came from player sales. But Tom, my question again goes back to: so if Virgil and Salah leave on a free, whose fault is that then? Is that Virgil?
That's on the ownership. That's on the ownership.
So what's the difference? So what's the difference with Trent then?
Because Liverpool Football Club have offered Trent a competitive salary.
What's the salary they've offered?
We've offered them over 300 grand a week.
Based on what and who?
Based on all the reports.
Based on all the reports that we've been seeing this season.
Who?
Right.
Like, I'm not even trying to troll here. Who has come out and said that?
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know where this information has come from.
Yeah. If you're blaming FSG for Virgil and you're gonna blame him for Trent.
Shall I tell you why I don't believe that? In the same way, when Klopp left and they started coming out and saying stuff about Klopp behind the scenes, this and that and the other, which they weren't saying when he was here, because we know how the club like to spin things. Name me another player in Liverpool's history that's been offered more than 250k per week.
Mohamed Salah.
There's only 2 I can remember: Salah and Gerrard.
I'm pretty sure Gerrard got it as well.
Gerrard was on 200k.
Yeah, but you've got to look at Gerrard again. It comes down to the time period.
All right, but I'm saying
Gerrard's 200k back then was equivalent to what now type thing.
Yeah, probably about 300k.
All right, cool. So do you think they would offer that to Trent, that type of money? Knowing
right,
that, look what Salah had to do to get that money.
I found what I wanted. Liverpool had reportedly offered to make Trent Alexander-Arnold the highest paid English player in the Premier League in a bid to persuade him to remain with the Reds instead of going to Real Madrid.
Who's that?
And who was it? Graham Bailey. But on that basis, the highest paid English player in the Premier League is Jack Grealish on 300 grand a week. To become the highest paid, you need more than that. So we offered him in excess of 300 grand a week to stay. Apparently, he's getting 220 grand a week.
All right, so that's fair to say. All right, so I'm not even trying to have a go at Graham Bailey or anything. But obviously, that's just his report, right? What I'm saying is this, though. From what I've seen over the years under this ownership, I find it, me personally, hard to believe that we would have offered him that type of money. Look what Salah had to do even to get that 250 at that time. Remember the was it 350 you got? I can't remember. Was it 350 you got in the end?
He's on 350 now.
He's on 350 now, yeah? So much had to happen to make arguably the best player in the world, if not top 3 best players in the world, to get that type of salary.
And commercially what he brings to the table. So
yeah.
And commercially what he brings to the table.
I find it so hard to believe that Liverpool are going to offer anywhere near that for Trent Alexander-Arnold. So this notion that he's been offered 300k a week, me personally, I don't buy it personally. That's just me. I don't buy it. There's nothing even under the history, under FSG ownership, that we are likely to give up big contracts like that. Unless you're Salah. Not even Virgil was getting that. Virgil's been on 220 for time. Virgil should have been getting that.
Virgil's been on 220 because of his knee injury and the fact that we got that contract done afterwards and he couldn't necessarily ask for more. He's still got a pay rise to 220, but because of the knee injury, he couldn't ask for more. I think the football club would offer that type of money.
But here's my thing, though, Tom. I know you said you don't have a problem with the transfer. I'm not going to go back into all that now. But if they do leave, like Virgil and Salah, will you have an issue with that? Or will you be like, no, I understand it because of their age and maybe they were asking for too much? Or do you think the club should just get them to sign no matter what? Do you think that
I think Van Dijk and Salah could be a turning point for me in terms of my unwavering support for the structure. But I don't, because my angle would be directed at them. My angle would be directed to them at that one.
Yeah.
This one, we've clearly offered Trent, as you know, I've said, to be the highest paid Englishman in the Premier League. We are clearly trying to match any competitive wage offer, any competitive ambition thing. The fact of the matter is, he's been talking behind our back for 2 years with Real Madrid now. He signed a 4-year deal back in 2021, and I don't think that was by accident because everyone else was getting 5-year deals, even players much older than him. So I don't think the football club sat there and went, Trent, the prized asset, the young lad, we'll just give him 4 years. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's be smart here. We're all smart people on this panel. We all know how that happened. And this season,
he signed it. It was 2021. He signed it, innit?
So in the summer of 2021, he signed a 4-year extension.
Do you not think in 2023 Liverpool should have thought, hold on a minute, you got 2 years left. We need to speak to him.
So in 2023, because again, this has been going on for so long, I've had this conversation before. In 2023, Trent Alexander-Arnold was coming off the worst season of his Liverpool career.
But why? But even if
he was coming off the,
even if he's coming off a bad season,
he was coming off the worst season.
Yeah.
He was coming off the worst season of his Liverpool career.
Yeah,
we had no director of football, and we had to focus on an entire midfield rebuild at the time. There should have been elements. There should have been elements of, okay, I trust it I trust you to get that focus, and then we'll get to my part. The part that fucked us that year was the Jurgen Klopp leaving. Because that meant there wasn't going to be anything done after that.
All right. But I want you to go back, though. Hear this now. So I understand the whole no director of football stuff, right? Do you remember who got the Van Dijk deal sorted?
The Van Dijk deal?
In the end, to get him from Southampton. Do you know who done that deal? It was someone from FSG, you know?
Yeah, but... Okay. That happens with transfers.
So no. So what I'm trying to say is this:
the same thing happened with Caicedo because it wasn't.
I can't remember
in
the
the same
name.
summer. It was Billy Hogan.
Yeah, that's Billy Hogan. So right. So Billy Hogan was the one that took over and right. We're getting Van Dijk no matter what. See, here's the thing: FSG are picking and choosing when they want to get involved. It might have even been Mike Gooden, but they're choosing when they want to get involved. At that point, no director of football. Them man know they got assets on the books. They know Trent is a prized asset. Someone from FSG could have literally took upon themselves that contract and thought, I'm sorting that. We ain't got no director of football. They chose not to. Do you not think that's negligence at the highest level, in your opinion?
No, because I don't want non-footballing people making footballing decisions. That's how you end up in situations like fucking Chelsea, where
but
you
the non-football people that
1.5 billion.
So then how did that person get Van Dijk to Southampton?
Matt.
No, Tom, answer my question. That same person who doesn't know about football, how did they get them from Southampton to Liverpool? You explain that one to me.
Because we had tried for Van Dijk 6 months beforehand and had a unanimous agreement that we wanted to get it done, but we fucked it up with how we went about it. The opinion didn't change. Billy Hogan didn't make the decision to, I found this fantastic player called Van Dijk. All Billy Hogan done was negotiate the transfer. That was all he done.
Billy Hogan had to get involved in a transfer that was screwed up.
Billy Hogan just paid the money. He sorted the deal.
He didn't just pay
him identifying it.
Bro, I'm not talking about identity. Why would you need to identify Trent? He plays for your club, bro. You are part of the ownership. To identify. I don't understand that, but identify. We're not telling Billy Hogan to find us new players. All I'm saying is
this is why
Tom,
I
hear what I'm saying.
Compare them.
No, Tom,
you're getting so angry. You're not even letting the guy.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. FSG, when they choose to, will get involved. They will pick and choose. Yeah. For me, that's not good enough. Like I said before, Van Dijk, they know how important that was to the club. Billy Hogan stepped in, got it done. They know how important Trent is to Liverpool Football Club. They should have stepped in and got it done. Because I understand your point about the no footballing director. I fully hear you. Because that would have caused a lot of turmoil. What I'm saying is this, though. Someone from FSG could have took upon themselves and gone, do you know what? We've got a big asset here. I know what's going on. We ain't that stupid. We got to step in and do something.
And what if you told the club, I'm not signing, I want to go Real Madrid? What are they supposed to do, bro?
No. But then if they can't do anything, then fair play. But that never happened, Drift. That's what Tom's saying.
Do you want to know a quote from Paul Joyce? Trent Alexander-Arnold has turned down the opportunity for a lengthy, improved contract to stay at Liverpool and made it clear he wants to leave.
An improved contract,
Trent, man.
Okay.
Well, why are we doing all of this?
Okay.
Fuck Trent, man. Come on, man. Let's stop doing.
Drift,
I know FSG
you're not understanding what I'm saying.
I know.
Let it get to this bit.
We know this, bro.
No, what I'm saying, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Two things can be true at once. It's always going to be FSG out because of the fact that they do lack the ambition to make us a team that we want them to make us. But it can also be, in this occasion, it is on Trent as well, and they're both.
Oh no, of course it's on Trent. I've never seen that one said that, though, bro.
Did you just hear that quote from Paul Joyce, who was very reliable, right?
My position is it's on Trent and on the club, though.
Very reliable when it comes to Liverpool. Do you agree?
I understand that. Do you agree it's on Trent and the club?
Contract with pay rise, he's rejected, made it clear he wants to go.
Do you agree it's on the club and the player? Do you agree it's on the club and the player, though? You do agree that, right? It's not just Trent.
Yeah, no.
That's all I'm trying to say, though.
No, but bro, what I'm trying to get at in this circumstance.
Why don't people understand? How can we let the club off like this?
Turn down a lengthy, improved contract just because he wants to go and be batty on bench with Jude Bellingham at Real Madrid. Then this is not more on the club than it is on him. How can it be? What can the club do? How can the club step in and go, you know what, Trent? Forget the fact we ain't got a director of football. I'm Billy Hogan. I'm going to come in. I'm going to sort this out. If the players turn around saying, brother, there's nothing you can do, I want to go.
That was in 2023.
But Matt, David Ornstein has said this deal's been in the works for 2 years, back to 2023. So if this deal has been murmured about and talked about and figured out for 2 years by Real Madrid and Trent Alexander-Arnold, that takes you back to 2023.
All right, can I say this then? No, sorry, Cal, let me respond to this quickly. So that would have meant, all right, so 2 years ago, Trent has been in negotiations for 2 years, right? Trent is under contract at Liverpool. He has a contract, which means you can't even speak to another club, right? Yes or no? You can't speak to another club, right?
We know. Come on.
Right.
So
what I'm trying to say is this.
The agent will be doing it.
So what I'm trying to say is this. In 2023, what you man aren't understanding, you don't let it get to this point. My whole point is this. We've allowed this to happen. We have enabled this to happen.
Matt, how? If
do you not understand? Do you not understand what that means, bro?
For free. What do you do about that, bro?
I'm not letting Trent off. What I'm saying is I don't believe anybody in 2023 ever thought to themselves, we need to speak to Trent. That is my argument. Trent, I understand. He's done what he's done. Now he can piss off. What I'm saying is there's a reason why we got to this point. Negligence. Why don't people understand what I'm saying?
FSG are idiots. We know that, bro.
Why don't
people
understand?
That's the issue I have. Sorry, let me can I just say one thing?
There's a common denominator with every single
contract
situation that we've had at the club. It's actually people don't understand.
Matt, let me just say one thing. Look, I think Drifty and Tom are entitled to feel the way that they feel, and they're really angry, but they're looking at it more from the prism of right now, as in this season. As in,
can you block this guy, bro? Man, let's not do that. This Keir Canwell.
What happened?
Look what he just said. I don't mind if he's saying jarring, but look what else he said at the end of the sentence. I beg you ban it for me, please. That's just crazy.
Okay, here. Yeah, of course.
That's mad.
Guys, mods. Guys, everyone in the chat, don't take the piss.
Lie.
If you're angry at Trent,
like that again. In fact, you know what? Come on my DMs if you want to speak like that. Real talk.
If you're angry at Trent or if you're angry at the club, don't take the piss with anyone on the panel, please, guys. And everyone in the channel, everyone in the mods as well. You guys need to sort out these comments.
What's his name? Sorry, Keir. What was the surname?
Canwell,
yeah. Are you on Twitter, bruv? So we can have a proper conversation. Let's have a conversation.
I didn't even.
Anyone who says stuff like this, guys, you have to block him.
Insane. We're talking football.
You have to block him. Anyone who says racist stuff, we've already made this clear. You have to block him. Anyway, let me just say what I want to say when it comes to this like specific debate. I think Drifty and Tom are completely entitled to feel the way that they feel, but I do think that they're looking at it more from the prism of this year. I'm looking at what led to us being in this position. That's what I'm looking at. And before you start shouting, Tom, relax. These players that we're talking about, we had that are absolutely incredible and amazing. We've had them for a really long time. We have done. If you're in Trent's position, you're 27 years old. You want to win, bro. And with Liverpool, you can win. But if I go by the rate that we're going at right now, his next league title is going to be when he's 32 years old, when he's 31 years old, because we win 1 and 4. At this rate. That's reality. This is not me making shit up. This is reality. Even using your sustainable structure of blah blah blah, we win 1 and 4. So when it comes to Real Madrid, you go over there. Essentially, you're the favorite for Champions League every year. You win La Liga once every 2 years. That's sustained success. So when you talk about sustained success, it's sustained success relative to you. Because you in your lifetime had Hicks and Gillette. You in your lifetime had the ownership before that where you were not successful at all. And now you had a little bit of success and you're like, oh, this is the penultimate.
Have you had sustained success?
No, 1 second. But this is not the penultimate levels of success. The penultimate levels of success is having an ownership group that wants to win. Like Florentino Perez. Like City ownership group without the Chargers. Like Roman Abramovich. Like Nottingham Forest's owner. Prime example. Someone who is not Arab, you get me? Like the PSG owner. There's plenty of examples of ambitious owners who want to actively win. FSG is not that, because FSG do not strengthen from a position of power. If we strengthen,
we won the league and bought the Champions League final man of the match. How is that not strengthening for a position of power?
How often do we do it, Tom? Because if you do it once, then it's if you do it once. So Tom, I'll break it down a different way. This will make Husam laugh, and probably you. If I turn up to this stream every week 5-10 minutes late, which is
as per usual.
Yeah, there's the smile. There we go.
Nothing new. Nothing new.
And then I turn up early for one stream out of 7, and then I turn around to you and go, Tom, why are you a minute late?
That's what you did last week. Literally.
I was boiling pea last week. Tom, what would you if I was, let's say I was being serious, I wasn't joking about, and I was like, Tom, what the F are you doing? Why are you a minute late? What would your reaction be? You'd be like, Cal, shut the F up. You're late every week.
Yes.
That's my point.
Yeah,
and you're mentioning the one example. You're so fraudulent.
The difference is Liverpool have not been in.
And even then, we sold Lovren and didn't replace him. Am I lying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. There you go. Never ever like get everything done. Always like, oh, we have 4 things we have to do, and then we do 3 of them, and then we go like, oh, look, shit, the 4th thing bit me in the ass. Wow, shock.
I mean, again, was that was a fuck up in hindsight. No one that season was expecting by January that every single senior centre back at the football club was out for the rest of the season with the same.
Don, respectfully, shut the fuck up. With all due respect, you specifically, you're the most delusional Chelsea fan I've ever seen in my whole life. You are so delusional. You can't open your mouth. For the first time this season, you've been chatting shit the whole summer, and you spoke shit for the first 2 months of the season. And this is the first time ever that, like, look, you have a moment where a player is leaving or something. Be quiet. You're literally below Nottingham Forest, and you said you have a better squad than Arsenal, a better squad than Liverpool, and you're getting slapped up by these teams. So just be quiet, sit down, and don't talk, please. Please, just chill with Madwake and those bums.
My gripe is, if you want to talk about ambition, you can do that with the other team. But to me, Trent, this move is not about Trent's ambition, because the football club have tried to match
full of shit.
How am I full of? We've offered to make right. Are you ready? So I've got the list here. We offered to make him the 5th highest paid player in the fucking Premier League, a right back.
And that's why it's about ambition, because he said no to all that money, so he wants to fucking win, Tom. Thank you for proving.
But we are fucking winning, because you know as well as I do, Husam, deep down in Trent Alexander-Arnold's heart of hearts, he wishes we were shit this year. So I don't think that at all. We were shit this year.
No, I don't think that at all.
He wishes we were shit this year, so we could fuck off and use the same excuse that all the other ones have used. But the fact we are good,
I don't think that at all.
The light is on him.
I agree with Tom on that one.
But Trent didn't give his all in one game only.
I think Trent
Trent
felt like it was going to crash and burn after Klopp left, and he'd have the easiest excuse to leave ever. Look, the club aren't ambitious, the club aren't this, the club aren't winning. I can't really do this anymore.
I need to move for the betterment of my career.
Yeah, I know that sob story shit. And the fact that we're good is making it like, oh, geez, how am I going to really?
So Trent wanted us to be rubbish now.
Trent wanted
but
us
I think he felt like we weren't going to do it
like last season, where we finished 3rd, 4th.
To be fair, I think a lot of the players didn't know what we was going to do this year. So I get what you're saying, though. Like, I don't think he wanted to be rubbish, but I just think he probably thought, I don't know what's going to happen.
No.
Just like Virgil, just like Salah, no one knew what was going to happen.
Matt, I'm not saying the players knew what was going to happen. I'm not saying Van Dijk knew we were going to win a league title this year. What I'm saying is Trent Alexander-Arnold has had this in his mind for a while now. So he knows as well as anyone, because he's a Scouser, what happens when a Scouser announces they're leaving for a free. Because McManaman done the same, and the game after, Coventry away, we lost, he came off the bench, and he got booed to fuck. And it didn't stop until he left. The booing, the hatred. He wanted us to be crap this season, deep down, so he could sneak out the back door, use the same excuse that was peddled back in 1999 when we weren't winning shit. And then he could get out and he'd just be like, oh, well, he had to. Look, Liverpool aren't winning a league title. Liverpool aren't winning a Champions League. The fact of the matter is, we've walked the fucking league and we deserve it, no matter what any fucking rivals say about anything. We deserve to walk this league.
Yeah, we deserve to win the league. I agree.
We have
so now what are we going to do to stay here? Tell me. What are we going to do to stay here?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so Trent wants to stay there. So how can you make all those claims? Trent wants to stay at Liverpool Football Club. Let's say right now. I'm going to ask you. Let's say right now. You just said we deserve to win the league. And I agree with you. And Matt will agree with you. And Drifty and Callum, we all agree. We all agree we deserve to stay to win the league. I'm going to ask the $1 million question, which is the reason why Trent is leaving. What are we going to do to remain in this position? Yalla, tell me. What are we going to do to remain in first place? Sign fucking Karkas and Hato? You think that wins us another league title?
Bro, Husam, that's not why he's leaving, bro.
That is because it's his future.
He thinks he's the shit. He wants to go and play with Jude. He's gotten too big for his boots. No, it's real, man. I've seen the body language, bro. Come on, man. You have to look at all the things considered. I've seen the body language. He's the only one who never come out and said he wanted to stay. Salah said, I want to be here. I just ain't been offered a contract. Virgil said, I want to be here. I just ain't been offered a contract. Trent didn't say nothing. And now I think it's very clear why Trent didn't say anything. Because Trent knew he didn't want to look like a liar on top of a rat. Simple, bro. He's wanted to go all year. He knew this is what he was going to do. And now he's leaving out of the back door. But he's upset because we're good and it's going to look bad on him. I'm telling you. I don't believe he wanted us to be
because
crap.
he hasn't got the easy excuse that he wanted.
Yeah, he don't have the excuse that a lot of other players have had where, oh, I can leave because I'm not going to win at Liverpool. If I'm at Liverpool, I'm not going to win and I've got a short career and rare. Let me tell you something, brother. You've won everything there is to win in the game apart from international trophies. And you probably never will play for England at that consistently. So he's won every single trophy there is to win in football. That excuse about wanting to win is bullshit. I thought he said it means more. Legacy ruined.
Does he want to win them again or?
Legacy. Well, we're about to win it again, bro.
Yeah, but you and Tom neither have answered the question. Drifty, can you answer the question because Tom's emotional? I ask you genuinely right now. Trent is committing his future tomorrow. Trent wakes up and he's like, Drifty, I listen to everything you have to say. I'm staying at Liverpool Football Club. Tell me, what is Fenway Sports Group and the football club doing to keep us in first place? Go on.
Well, obviously, that will be what we'll have to see in the summer, bro. Who we let go, who we bring in. No, obviously, we won't know what they're going to do this summer.
The thing is, Sam, I know your reaction. So I know if I said the football club are looking to sign Alexander Isak, you go, you think Liverpool are going to sign Isak? Look at the past. If I said the football club are looking to sign Alexander Isak this summer to strengthen from a position of power, would you believe me? Would you go, yes, I think they're going to? So it's irrelevant what I say because
I think the only way we sign Isak, I think the only way we sign Isak is if we sell Jota, Nunez, and Diaz, all three.
I mean, there's a big possibility that could happen,
what
bro.
I say, though, because if I say that's what the football club wants to do, you disagree with it.
Yeah, but then you're missing the point. That's us. You're talking about the exact same Thiago Summer that you're mentioning when Callum always talks about Lovren. Here's the thing, Tom. Me and you both watch this club. So does everyone here. We know that it's not just Isak we need. We need a centre back. We need a left back. We need a midfielder. And we need Isak.
Right. So the left back situation
we need a right back
pretty...
now.
The left back situation... No, because this is on the basis that Trent's staying. So if on the basis Trent was staying...
Yeah.
Left back, that looks pretty... sorted. I've never seen. It's just McAllister all over again with Kerkez.
That's what
so
I think.
We can say it's going to be Kerkez. Solid, really good young left back from the Premier League, probably the best you can get on the market. Striker Alexander Isak, best in the Premier League. Bar Haaland, incredible marquee signing.
Yes.
What was the other one? Centre back.
Yes.
Husam. We're willing to pay his release clause, so we'll say that's 50 million quid up front that you're willing to pay because that's how release clauses work. There's also been heavy links with Schlotterbeck, Gahey, etc. You know, that shows that we clearly have a starting two centre backs in Canate and Van Dijk, but they're ones to get a top third choice centre back. And midfield, I don't know. I haven't seen any links with that, so I can't speak on that. But I'd like to think we're going to work on getting a midfielder in.
Okay, I'll make a public announcement right now in front of 2,700 people. Public announcement. Clip this, and here I'll put myself full screen. I don't run Tom. Here, I will owe you right now biggest apology. Guys, if what Tom Little just said happens, I will apologize in the summer. If we sign Isak, a centre back, a left back, and a midfielder, if we sign all four, I will come out publicly in the summer and apologize to Tom Little on this channel. Done. Here, clip it, save it, send it to me. I will apologize to him publicly. I'll say Tom Little's ball knowledge is superior. That's how sure I am that it will not happen. And you know deep down that it will not happen. Hence, mine and Matt's points about ambition. I think Callum is more on the fence, but it's obviously where you and Drifty are at. Like,
Oh,
listen,
I'm not
there's
I want FSG.
yes, no, you're on the fence with the Trent situation.
No, because there is definitely blame on Trent, but I don't like the notion. I don't like is, for me, it feels like a lot of the fan base are going, it's 90% on Trent, 10% on the ownership. For me, it's about 60-40, in my opinion.
60 on who?
The club. In fact, I'd probably go 70-30.
Nah,
I'd
that's
probably go
crazy,
90-10. I'll be honest
If
with
he
you.
wants to go, how can we put that much blame on the club?
Because you have to ask, why does he want to go?
Yes, why?
Because he
does
just wants to go and be on the bench with, sit on the bench with Jude and get the glitz and the
And
glamour.
now
of
you're
Real
being
Madrid,
emotional
bro.
because you're being emotional. He's not going to go to Real Madrid and sit on the bench, is he?
No, I
He's
don't
not
mean
going.
literally sit on the bench because Jude don't sit on the bench. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be politically correct. Some batty on bench business, bruv. We know what this is, man.
So he wants to go.
Go. You know what I mean? Go and do all that. Go and do whatever you want, man. I don't really care about all that shit, but that's why he wants to go. We've seen it. He's a Liverpool player.
That's the only reason he wants to go, because of Bellingham.
Yeah.
So he only wants to go to Real Madrid because of Bellingham.
He's going
No,
there
no,
to,
but I
to go
reckon it's
chase
part of
Bellingham.
it.
That's what you're saying. He's going there
I
to chase
reckon it's
Bellingham.
part of it. You know what? Again, I'm not trying to do no kind of like going over the top, but I don't think if there's another English player at Real Madrid, he's so entitled to go there. I really don't.
I don't think it
can I
has
say
to
this,
do with
though?
any English player
I
there.
think
No,
we're
it
forgetting
does.
who- I
There's
think-
a reason why a lot of
Bro.
English players don't go abroad, because it's difficult when you
Yeah.
grow up in the Premier League to go abroad because of how much of the cultural change it is, how much we love our league, whatever. I'm telling you now that is a major factor of Jude being there, why he's going there. If Jude wasn't there, then I think there'll be a lot less enthusiasm for Trent to go join Real Madrid. That's not a fact. That's just my opinion.
I think it helps that he's there. I think it helps that he's there.
Hold on. So if that's okay, when did Jude sign for Real Madrid?
Last year.
But I was told this has been in the works for 2 years.
Yeah, and apparently Jude's been navigating his career there ever since he left Birmingham.
Okay, so let's get it straight. So Jude and Trent have been in cahoots from 2 years
No,
ago.
they haven't been in cahoots. But if you want to talk
you see
about Bellingham,
when you start unraveling the narrative, how silly it looks.
no, because if you're going to say Trent's wanted to go there for 2 years, the rumors are that Bellingham's family and agents or whatever have been, for the last 2 or 3 years, negotiating and navigating his way to Real Madrid, because they've always believed that was where he was going to go. So I'm just saying that there is still a possibility. I don't think it's the only reason he's going there, but I do believe it's helping him go there.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
If Bellingham wasn't there, I think there'll be a lot more reluctance for Trent to just bounce and go there.
I think it helps that Bellingham's there, Drift, but I think people are misunderstanding. Yeah. It's freaking Real Madrid. This ain't another.
It's the biggest club in the world.
Bayern Munich or flipping Atletico. It's Real
the
Madrid.
biggest club in the world when it comes to English people.
But we're also not a small fucking club.
I never. No.
He acts like in the window, though.
Did I ever say that, Tom? You're putting words in.
No. But the idea
what
that
I'm saying is Real Madrid are gargantuan. They are, bro. Real Madrid sit at the top of the football tree, whether we like it or not. Yes, we are near them, but we are not them. There's a difference. Man need to accept. You think about the fact that Real Madrid are bigger than us, better than us, and they win more trophies.
Really quickly. Just go around the circle. Really quickly. Gonna go around the circle. Let's say in some crazy world, Liverpool put in a £150 million bid for Isak in the summer. Newcastle accepted, and Isak turned around and said, "No, I want to stay at Newcastle. I don't want to move to Liverpool." What would you guys say?
Oh, based on the previous what's happened to us in the past, we're just gonna sit there and go like,
no. As in, what would you say about Isak? What would you say? You'd be like, "Bro, you don't want to come to a bigger club and win stuff. You want to be a big fish in a small pond," because that's what the fan base would say.
Yeah.
No,
that's what Tom Little would say.
Tom
Little would say that 100%.
No, the gap between Real Madrid and Liverpool is nowhere near as big as the gap between Liverpool and Newcastle. Respectfully, I know they just beat us in a cup final, but respectfully, the gap is nowhere near as big.
But that could be the platform for them to start winning things, though. They could start winning things now. Imagine this now, Tom. Imagine Newcastle.
But we are winning. We are winning things.
Tom, let me land.
We have won things before, but we didn't stay here.
Newcastle
That's the
won
point.
their first trophy in 70 years, yeah? And they might be saying to Isak now, yeah, listen, brother, we just won our first trophy. You helped spearhead that. You've had the best season of your career. Stay at Newcastle because we think things are now going to start progressing, right? Cool. we come along now and we said, Isak, rude boy, I know you just won something, but you're going to win more at Liverpool. You're more likely to win more. What do you think Isak's going to do, in your opinion? What do you think he's going to do? Realistically,
but he's more likely to win more.
All right, then. So when I'm saying Liverpool, of course we win things.
Alexander Isak is the Geordie.
My Lord Jesus.
Oh, so now we're going pure emotion then. Who's local
So,
and who's not?
Liverpool will always win
No,
trophies.
but why
So
do
if
we
Sean
keep
Longstaff
but we can all
rejected us,
sit
does that
here-
make it okay?
But we can all
If
sit
Dan
here.
Burn
and not
rejects
win
us,
enough.
does it change your narrative then?
I don't
Dan
care.
Burn or Sean Longstaff, they
Guys,
say
why
no,
do we
doesn't
keep,
change it.
why no, but Don, why do we keep acting like that isn't a factor? It is a major factor. There's a responsibility you carry if you are a club graduate, bro, and you are Scouse and you support the team. You grew up supporting the team. You're a Scouse. You've come through the academy.
He
You have a
still will be a Liverpool
responsibility,
fan.
bro. It's not the same. It isn't. Whether you want the responsibility or not, it's just how it goes, bro. He has a responsibility to the club that Carragher, Gerrard, McManaman, and the likes have had in the past before. This ain't new. He knew this. Yeah. So Tom's right. If a Geordie was
it's not
leaving
fair.
Newcastle, if Alan Shearer was leaving Newcastle, it would not be like Isak leaving Newcastle. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Let's not
Oh,
be naive.
okay, no
Emotional
problem.
attachment. I get it. I get
No
it.
problem.
There is
Alan Shearer
absolutely
went
no-
to
In
Blackburn
fact,
and won
let's
a
use
league.
Alan Shearer as a good example. Alan Shearer turned down multiple trophies he would have won at Man United because he said nothing meant more than playing for Newcastle. And clearly, Trent, the buzz must have ran out. I've been there and done it now for 7 years. Who cares? I want to go on to something else.
Okay, let me just genuinely
Because
respond.
we
to
want
what
to
you're
talk about winning. Alan Shearer should have went Man United and had about 10
He went-
extra
he-
trophies.
he won
Alan
at
Shearer would be in
Blackburn.
these Premier League
Alan
all-time 11s,
Shearer
no doubt. If he
should have
went to
won.
United,
Yeah,
You
if
won
he'd
at
gone Man
Blackburn.
United, 100%.
Alan Shearer should have won more trophies. in his
Hassan,
career.
Blackburn was
We
before
understand.
Newcastle,
Yeah, I know.
so it's
all I
not like
said
he
was,
left Newcastle to go
stop
Blackburn to
shouting.
win
I said he
trophies.
won at Blackburn. Relax. Let me
Harry
just say
Kane,
this.
I know-
It's not the
it's
same
not-
situation though.
Harry Kane had to leave.
I
as
know,
well,
no,
didn't
no.
he?
The
He
whole
had to go and
Shearer
do
situation
something.
in general is not the same.
But
Let
this
me
is different because it's different because Spurs don't win nothing. I understand.
Yes,
Do you
I
yes.
understand that is different. You won't win nothing. But there's
Sorry,
always
guys,
going to come.
Do you
Yeah,
lot
go on, go
truly
on.
believe, truly believe? And I'm not saying having ambition or wanting to win regularly isn't a thing, because of course it is. As fans, we want, so I'm
Yes.
sure as players, they want to win regularly.
Yeah.
But are you not really going to sit there and look deep within your heart and believe that Trent's excuse for Madrid is wanting to win like he hasn't won enough at Liverpool? You don't think his thirst for winning is quenched enough to not be lured away from
Yes.
Liverpool?
Yes. Can I
We've won
respond to
10
that? Let me
trophies
respond.
in total.
Let me
No.
respond. Let me respond.
Two
Let me
Premier
respond.
Leagues and a Champions League in there.
In
and
8
you lot
years.
truly
In 8
believe
years.
that he hasn't had his
In 8 years.
his thirst for winning quenched enough to not
No.
fuck off from Liverpool and leave his boyhood club. in
Yes,
the
I
lurch?
don't think so. I don't. And I'll tell you why.
That's
Let me
crazy.
explain. Let me
That's
tell you.
crazy.
Let me explain. First of all, big up everyone locked in. Matisse, you're a fraud. I just would like you to know you're a fraud, Matisse. You get me? You are a fraud. But I did big you up on the stream yesterday. We have 2,800 people watching us. Make sure you guys are all liking the video. Can we just get 1,000 likes? We're at 800. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We're doing this stream for you guys. You get me? It's like all the top Liverpool content creators and Tom are here. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Drifty TV is in the description. Go give him a subscribe. The Matt One show is in the description. Give him a subscribe. The Sanderson show in the description. Give him a subscribe. And Kopish in the description. Give him a subscribe. And of course, subscribe to Tom Little. He went live today. Get me? Judgment Day is coming.
Oh,
Start
did you,
praying.
Tom?
Tom,
Yes.
I
Judgment Day is coming. Start praying.
It was probably the same time
Yeah.
you were live, so I
Make sure you guys are
I-
liking and subscribing.
This is the beginning of the villain arc for Tom. I love it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
This
Let me respond to
beginning,
Drifty's
this is
point.
Tom's
middle of
Joker
the villain
moment.
arc.
Bro, Tom was fully shouting on his today.
This is-
Today
Yeah,
was
this is
Tom's-
the middle. Hey, Tom, remember who's always had your back here? Remember that, yeah? Remember that, yeah, Tom?
Villain.
Me, I've always had your
Cal, you shouldn't have mentioned back. We all know what's coming now. You shouldn't have mentioned back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2,800 people get to share this fraudulence
That's
with us now.
crazy.
Big up, big up, big
To,
up.
to be fair though,
I
Cal,
didn't mean
I do know about your charges. So if we need to do like a role swap this week, you know about transfers.
Oh, I
shows and
actually
that,
got
I'm quite happy
a-
to do that.
I actually got a video of Callum's charges. I can play now since we mentioned the topic.
No, you
Oh, yeah. I want to see this, please.
I mean,
Yeah,
people
Matt,
have
how we doing, yeah?
spoken
I'm
to
just
me
saying,
like
I want to
this
see it. I ain't seen it.
No. Let me just say this. People have messaged me on
I'm
the
not
side.
gonna lie, Matt, that's bad, bro.
I want to see it.
It was exciting to watch.
There's
No,
no
no,
brotherhood there. You
Yeah,
throw
yeah,
me
that's
straight under
wild.
the
New
bus.
material.
First of all, before I even play the clip, let me
New
just say this to
material. Why can't I see
Drifty.
new
I'm
material?
gonna
bro?
speak to Drifty and Matt. I don't even want to speak to Callum.
Matt just turned into Hawkeye after Logie put the thing
Nah,
on.
Drift. You see, you're not on the. See, if you're on this show, you would know, Drift. It's me versus Callum on this show, you know.
Yes, it is. And
What,
Drifty and
for
Matt.
real?
I mean,
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes,
Civil
yes,
War.
it is.
What
Yes,
is this?
it is.
Captain
Right,
America
it's
and
Drift.
Me,
Iron
Husam
Man. What's
versus
happening?
Tom and Carl, innit?
Well, to be fair,
Yes.
Matt, it's not necessarily that. It's normally you and Husam versus me because Cal's also at 20 minutes in left me because apparently I've said something which he didn't know
Yes,
beforehand, so he
yes.
can't defend me
That's
anymore.
true. That's true.
Okay,
as well.
let me just say, I have a bone to pick with Drifty and Matt. Actually, not Callum.
Oh,
Yesterday,
in-team fighting.
yesterday,
Yes,
when I was doing my Liverpool stream, I got a message from one of the Copish subscribers, and he was like, Callum just did a show on Shirky, and 30 minutes later, we get an article that Shirky wants Dortmund. You guys are 2/3 of Copish. Did we not tell you stop Callum doing transfer shows? We're going to take that completely seriously. If you both want Liverpool to win, if you want to make Liverpool great again, we must stop Callum Sanderson from doing transfer videos. I've said this publicly multiple times, and he's not listening. And there's nothing we can do about it. And also,
He's
guys,
frozen,
we're
no?
all mad at FSG, right? There's a reason why FSG didn't sell Liverpool Football Club, guys. There's a reason.
FSG. I start laughing. Go, Luke, stop being silly, man.
Let's go.
Oh no, you gotta wait
Liverpool are
because
being
Cal's
proud, so
frozen.
like
You know,
FSG.
you gotta wait for
Cal's
Cal to
frozen.
come back.
Go,
He's
Luke, stop
frozen.
being silly, man.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's frozen. He's frozen. You have to wait for him to come back.
Good. We'll stab him in the back then. Let's watch this.
Liverpool are being proud for so like FSG. I start laughing. Go, Luke, stop being silly, man. Luke goes, no, I'm serious. Ornstein just reported it. All right, Luke, if you say so. Jump to my laptop. Who do I see? Ornstein has just said FSG potentially put Liverpool up for sale. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. We got the Monday Night Live later. We're going to chop out me, Matt, and Drifty as we always do on a Monday. But let's be honest, you guys need to hear something from one of us right now.
And why did it have to be him? Why did it have to be Cal the curse? And now we're stuck with Fenway Sports Group because Cal was like, I need the guys to listen to someone. You can let anyone else go live. Callum Sanderson, you are the single sole reason why this football club, you have to stop talking about transfers. Shirky likes Dortmund yesterday.
My
Anyway.
FSG selling wasn't even a transfer.
Oh, yeah, okay, mate. Okay. Let me, I'm even
Cal,
getting some
any point
stuff
this
from
season,
Jamie.
Cal,
Just so you know.
At any point this season, Cal, did you do a show about how Trent might sign a new contract?
No, I've actually been pretty solid and said that I think all three are leaving. So basically, anything I want to happen, it seems for the club, the opposite happens.
Let me just going back to Trent now that we've
So
got.
it's not just transfers, isn't it? Is it? It's like a whole curse.
You just aren't allowed nice things.
Big up Freedom. Big up. She's actually a Copish subscriber. She's been in my chat for 2 days.
Freedom.
Yeah.
She's been telling me the history of the Callum Howlers. Big up to you, Freedom. I appreciate it.
Freedom.
Yes.
Freedom's been the snitch. No.
Yes. No, Freedom is not the snitch. There has been snitches in plural. It's been about 30, 40
No, but
people.
Cal,
I
we
mean-
know because they come into the chat
they're
and they
out for you,
admit
Cal.
it, bro. They don't even
Yeah,
hide it, bro.
they say it
Yeah.
like
But
ragga.
I'm gonna be real though, guys. For someone who's got a name Freedom to be a snitch, I mean that is high betrayal. That's high betrayal.
I won't. Big up to you,
no.
Freedom. Big up. It wasn't her. It wasn't her. It was
for
other people.
years. I would
It was
never
other
have expected it to be Freedom. So who
Yeah,
else? is it?
but back to the football. Let me just say this to Drifty's point. Look,
Crazy.
you're talking about quenching your thirst for trophies. Winning a Champions League and a Premier League once every 8 years, I don't think quenches anyone's thirst. And I'll give you a genuine
All
example.
trophies, all trophies.
I'll give a genuine example, honestly, on a reel. Look, if there's a piece of chocolate cake in this room right now, and you have one piece, but you have to put back the thing, it's going to be very difficult to not want another piece. This is just the reality. We all know this.
Just
You get-
finishing that chocolate cake.
Just
100%.
already finishing that chocolate. We know.
Yes,
what he's done.
exactly.
Jesus.
So when you take one piece from it and you put it, but the thing is, you have to put it back. You know, you're gonna want another and another and another, and that's the thing with, like,
But he has been
with
able to have
significant
I've
clubs.
eaten cake from the
There you are.
Cinnabon Drift. How about Cinnabon?
By the way, just to prove mine and Callum and Matt's point all stream long, although Salah is free to speak to other clubs, he's been unable to make significant progress with Salah, reports Jacobs Ben. So here, Tom and Drifty, Salah wants to stay. Ben Jacobs as well, confirming he wants to stay. Where's the fucking contract? Whose fault is it this time? Come on.
Yeah.
No, do you want my honest opinion?
An hour
on this?
ago, I said it's FSG's fault if those two don't sign because they want to stay, and they have made that
But that's not what
abundantly
you're saying.
clear.
And
No,
I
to
think
be fair to Tom, he did say he would. Tom said he would
I
change
said
his
this
mind.
to you guys
if
in the
they-
stream
yeah,
that we did
or-
before as well, wasn't it? I said if they go, then the crash out becomes different. I admit that. But right now, we can't talk about that because that now is an unknown, right?
That's
we
true.
can
No,
only
that's
talk
true.
about the known.
In your heart of
And-
hearts, though,
And the
do
known
you think
is,
they're gonna stay Drift? In your heart of hearts,
I personally believe Virgil is, and I'm worried about Salah. And I've
Okay,
kind of
fair
always
play.
felt that way for a long time. I think Virgil stays. I'm worried
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
Salah.
Alright,
That
fair
is
play.
kind of.
I-
But what
I-
if? What if? Because here's my theory, and if I'm wrong, people can clip it. Whatever the situation, I personally believe the reason why we haven't said anything about Virgil and Salah is because it would have looked bad on Trent. Now this news has come out about Trent.
The club
I
don't need
think
to
we
protect
very
Trent
soon
anymore.
get news about Salah and Virgil staying.
Exactly.
And if that happens,
Mm.
I promise you, I would not want to bump into Trent in real life. So what I'm saying is,
Bring
that
him on. All I'm saying is
personally-
bring him on for a game. Bring him on for a game at Anfield.
yeah, do you know
and let him
what?
see
In
the
fact, yeah,
reaction.
let's do it. And you know what?
Wait, you're
Virgil
saying
and
if
Salah
both of them
stay-
stay?
if Virgil and Salah both stay,
Oh,
I
you're saying
dare
okay.
Trent to get on that parade bus.
Yeah, I misunderstood that. I
dare
thought he
you,
said if
bro.
they left. I was
Get
like,
on that parade bus. I
Yeah,
dare
yeah.
you. Try and take.
okay,
pictures
Drifty,
with
and if
that.
they leave,
I
then what?
dare you. And
If
If
they
they
leave-
leave, it's on FSG.
Then
If
you
they
know
leave,
what?
we
Then
are
you
we
know
are
what?
doing
Yeah, but
I'll
that's
apologize
so
about
weak.
Trent.
Like, you're just gonna say it's on FSG just like this. Like, it's just nonchalant. Like,
No, because this
But
isn't
that-
on FSG.
yeah, and so like what
At the
what
moment,
next?
it's on Trent. We can't keep blaming FSG until we know what the situation is with the other two.
We can't keep blaming Trent then either.
Well, he's the one going, bro.
Yeah, but we don't know the ins and outs around it. We can't, if we're not
Bro,
gonna blame
we
FSG,
know
Right, Cal,
Paul Joyce
Cal,
said he
Cal,
was
ba-
offered,
based
and
on
I
everything
quote
I've been
again,
told, based on everything I've been told, everything I would want my ownership to do in this situation, they have done. They offered to make him the highest paid Englishman in the Premier League.
Trent
Well,
Alexander-Arnold
I
has
didn't
turned
even
down
wanna
the
make him that.
opportunity for a lengthy, improved contract offer to stay at Liverpool and made it clear he wants to leave. If Paul Joyce is saying that, until further notice, I'm going with that.
okay.
Trent doesn't
If that's
want
the,
to
all I'm
stay.
saying, if that's the case, whenever Paul Joyce says anything else, then let's keep the same energy.
I mean, we pretty much do agree with
No,
Paul
we
Joyce.
don't. No, we don't. Because when Paul Joyce
When
was
have we ever heard him say something and said, "Ah, it's rubbish. He doesn't know what he's talking
when
about."
Paul Joyce started coming out and saying stuff about Klopp after he left, we all crashed out on Joyce saying, "Where was all this talk before he left?"
No, we said, "Wow, it's actually the club using Paul Joyce now to slander Klopp." That is what we said,
So we crashed
bro.
out.
That
on
was what we said. We said, "Why FSG trying to make themselves look better now
I
by
love
using
that.
a reliable
Oh.
source to slander him?" That was what we said. That doesn't mean
Oh,
what Paul Joyce
and-
is saying is
and-
wrong.
And guess who comes out and says stuff today now that Trent's thing looks like it's been confirmed? Paulie Joyce.
But what he said about Klopp wasn't wrong. We just didn't like the way the club were doing it. We never said it was wrong.
All right, we'll see.
No, am I lying? We just said it was really scummy to do it,
Well,
but we never
what-
said it was a lie.
What was
We
the
were
Klopp
gonna
stuff
see.
that was said anyway? I can't remember back in the summer what the Klopp
You know,
stuff
like
was.
blaming him for why we have Nunes and things like that. It was like the
Yeah,
club
but-
trying to like.
Yeah, but did we not all know that when Nunes was signed that he was a Klopp signing and
You know
not a?
what? Let's wait and see what happens in the summer. Because if we lose Salah, we lose Virgil, and the replacements aren't good, I want to see what it is.
Oh, of course, and FSG will get it then as well.
My stance is clear. This Trent stuff, I don't put much blame on FSG for. They done more than what I would have done. I would not have offered them 300 grand a week. I don't think any right back should be on 300 grand a week. Period. But the Salah and Van Dijk one, I think on the Trent one, sorry, it was just how Trent had made his decision time ago, and he was trying to do it in a sneaky way to get away with it as much as possible. With the Salah and Van Dijk one, they've treated the club with the utmost respect during the entire time that this has been going on. They've not been derelict in any of the duties. In fact, they've hit levels higher than we've ever seen before from both of them. Bar Van Dijk maybe 18, 19, but in terms of Salah, I think this is the best we've ever seen of them. And they've both come out publicly multiple times and stated they want to stay at the football club. Therefore, I can't say that's them looking for a way out of the football club and trying to sneakily get away with it and having their head turned elsewhere. Anything. This
Tom,
is on.
Do you rate
that
FSG
will be on the
then?
ownership.
Do you rate them then?
Yeah, because you speak like a top red who's FSG out. It makes
understand.
no sense.
I don't understand.
Right. Yeah. So I don't disagree with most of the way they run the football club side of it, and I never have done. My reason for being FSG out was I don't think they treat the fans with the value and respect that the fans should have. From
Just
trying
the
to raise
fans, not the players.
Just, I think they've looked after certain players more than they should have done. I think, for me personally, my distaste and my hatred for FSG as an ownership group and my want for wanting them out is that I believe after the ticket price scandal, when they tried to raise to 77 quid, after trying to furlough staff, after trying to copyright the word Liverpool to stop any third-party people outside the ground selling scarves or badges or anything to try and make more money in that way. From Project Big Picture, European Super League, all that.
I do feel like you're doing this on purpose, Tom.
The way they constantly disrespect the fans and treat the fan. I'm not doing it on purpose.
Because you want to please both sides.
I'm not trying to please both sides.
So you're saying you're FSG out, but you're just talking about the non-transfer stuff, so you don't come off like a bottom red bastard like us, basically.
Husam, you've been doing shows with me for how many years? I've always maintained this. This is not something.
You want to be friends with Barry and these guys.
No, I'll be honest with you. What Tom's saying isn't crazy though, because if I'm being totally honest with you, a lot of what Tom's saying is what we don't like about the way they've disrespected the fan base and tried to do all that stuff. So I think Tom's within his right to have an issue.
I think the problem that me and Husam have is that I don't. What's the best way about this? We all know what the model is. I don't want to move from it because I don't want to go back to what it was beforehand. Husam wants to move from it, and others want to move from it because they think that they can take the next step forwards and reach an even higher level. It depends how you look at it. I don't want to move from it because I don't want to go back to what it was. But other people want to move from it because they think the football club will take the next step forward. It depends on mindset in that sense. We're not a million miles away from it. It's just because it's such a controversial
So Tom,
topic,
you're kind of a better the devil you know type of situation.
Yeah. And the devil I know has won me trophy, has got me to the point where I'm at.
Yeah, I hear it.
You know what? I want to address this real quick. Sorry, I want to address this. I'm glad we didn't accept that offer in January because that's what he would have wanted. He would have got to say then, at least I got the club some money. At least I done a decent thing and let the club
you really hate Trent now. Like you fully hate him.
It's disrespect for Sam. He's disrespected the fans and the club and the way he's handled this entire situation.
I'm not gonna boo him.
Can I just say this though quickly? You see we keep talking about ambition, yeah, and I just want to make this kind of clear, yeah.
Yes.
Was anybody happy with the transfer window in the summer?
No.
Any of you happy in the summer with the transfer window?
No,
was anybody happy?
But you already know my stance. This is the only time when I don't crush any owners. I actually believe that Slot wanted to go into the season how we did. He wanted Zubimendi. When he didn't get Zubimendi, I think Slot said, I'm asking you, was you happy?
Now that's not I'm asking you.
But you're asking to crash it on the owners.
I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just asking, was you happy?
What else would be the point of the question?
It's either you was happy with it or you wasn't. I don't understand.
I answer for Drifty. Drifty wasn't happy, just like you weren't. Just like
I don't understand. There's no semantics.
The whole fan base.
So what I'm trying to say is, so the whole fan base wasn't happy with what happened in the summer. And Tom, was you happy with the summer transfer dealings?
Not 100%, but I wasn't really angry in the same way.
So no Liverpool fan on this panel was happy. Do you think the players were happy when they saw Chiesa just walk through the door? Even though we're about to win a title, yeah, do you think that sends the right message to the players that we're on crud this year? So imagine, we're doing mad things, you know.
I think it can do, though, Matt. I think it can do in terms of it's a sign of trust in that squad. that they believe they are ready to take that next step.
Do you
Can I-
think when
can
a
I-
new, all right?
Right,
So
yeah,
do you
yeah,
think when a new manager walks in, because remember he's got Klopp's. These are Klopp's players. Yeah, they're all Klopp's players, bar Chiesa. Yeah,
And it's also a team that nearly won the league last year. It's
I
not some
understand.
scrub team.
No. I fully understand that. Because here's my thing with this, with the transfer window every year after year. We've got to the top of the mountain in 1920, then we went back down again. And now it's taken us 4 years, yeah, to get back up to the top of the mountain, but we want to stay there. But you know what's going to happen, right? Because history will tell you, and it will repeat itself. We're going to fall back down.
We're gonna fall off the fucking
back down
mountain.
again, and then we have to make our way back up again.
No,
And
but
all I'm going
alright.
to say, and what I'm going to say
add a
is,
bit of
really quick,
context
really
there.
quick,
We
sorry.
really want to quadruple in the middle of that. There has
I
to be
understand.
context added.
I
You're acting
understand,
like
but
we're
listen to
crap
what I'm
football
saying.
team.
But we
Listen to
still
what I'm saying.
didn't,
Listen to what I'm
though,
saying.
we didn't, bro.
Our
No,
model
but
is not
110
sustainable.
minutes away from immortality can't just be erased for
bro.
the sake of
No,
an
it's not
argument.
being erased.
Is
It's
our
not being
model
erased,
good for
facts are facts, bro.
sustainability at the top? Is our model good enough for sustainability at the top?
No,
In your
no.
opinion?
Factually, no.
But
In your
but
opinion.
if I believe personally that it was Slot who said, "Let me run with this team because I think this team is good enough," then in this instance for this season, it's not the owner's fault why we didn't buy anyone. I will put it on FSG.
Ironically,
every time.
it's no longer the owner's fault for anything bar selling or ring the football club because it's Michael Edwards now who
I
everyone
can't
answers
believe
to
people
on
are
that
letting
front.
FSG get off the hook here. I'm not saying
Can
that
I-
Yeah, people are letting
going to
Fenway
the
get
defense.
off
I
the
feel
hook.
like-
Letting them off the
Can I
hook.
ask one
Man are
question?
now saying
Earlier.
things like, well, if the manager wanted... No, I'm asking you, were you happy seeing your club just get Chiesa in the door when you know we needed more players?
Yeah, nobody would be
Because you can still have a go at Slot. What? Because he's won the Premier. You can't say we can't say we're about to
I
win the
mean, if
league.
you want to talk about hindsight, no,
Remember,
bro, he had a
listen,
decision
before the
and
ball
the
was
decision
kicked.
won us the league.
Remember, we didn't
You
know who was
can't
going to
just
win the
be
league.
angry for the sake of it.
No one's saying that.
If we're
bro.
going to win the league down to his decision, whether it was a risk or not, it worked. So you can't then crash out
That
on
same
Slot.
decision
right,
lost us the
right,
Champions League. bro.
Matt, I'll put it this way. So there's two separate points in this transfer. At the moment after Zubamendi rejected us, and before the first game of the season,
Yeah.
I was angry. I was sitting there going, "What are we doing? We're setting this manager up."
So you
to
weren't
fail."
happy with the window then?
But right, okay. So I'd shoot not included. The other part is the transfer window didn't end until September 2nd or whatever it was. By that point, I'd watched three games into the season, and I was sitting there going, "I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt here."
Guys, if Rodri doesn't have an injury, we don't win this league, man. Stop lying to yourself, honestly.
I don't
Like-
agree with that, but
Come on, you guys. Come on. If
Right,
Rodri was
so-
fit this whole season, they would have won the league again.
no,
Come on.
we can't.
We
do
have
that.
taken advantage the 2 times where City have been fucking awful. Forget Arsenal. Fuck Arsenal, okay? City have been really bad. 2 years, we won 2 league titles in those years. Fantastic. And we were even more incredible in 1920 than we were this season. I understand that we deserve to win the league, and I'm with you that we deserve to win this league title. Not a single person can tell me that we don't deserve to win this league title. We deserve to win this league title, and we have the best player in the league right now, Salah, performing out of his skin.
Bro,
But
I
even
agree
that
with you
decision that you're talking about, Drifty,
no, Rodri
that
is a
decision
massive.
cost us in the Champions League. Because maybe had we went and signed like a difference maker or two, maybe we would have been in the quarterfinal. Maybe we would have won the Carabao Cup in a game where Salah has a bad game, but I've got a Kvaratskhelia ready to like cook type thing. You get me? Like it's not always that, to be honest with you. Like at the end of the day, I'm very happy that we won the league this season. I am. But one thing I will not be is angry at Trent, and one thing I will not be is give FSG a free pass.
I think you're being slightly narrow-minded on the Man City lead. I think it'll be a lot closer because City will be up there competitive. But Liverpool have only dropped points in 8 games this season in the Premier League, and there is how many games left to go? I think there's 8 games to go left in this season. For
You might be right
comparison-
though, Tom. Yeah, you
for
might be
comparison,
right.
it's
It'll be closer.
very
It'll be a
easy
lot
to
closer.
call.
City dropped
It'll be a lot closer.
points in
That is
Man City
only
dropped points
because
in
of
10 games last
Rodri.
season.
No, but it'll be a lot closer in my opinion. I don't agree
Yeah,
with that.
but
one.
it'll be closer.
I think it'll be a lot
still think
closer.
it'll be there.
Yeah.
Because you got to bear in mind, Man
there or
City
thereabouts.
last season dropped points in 10 games. The year before that dropped points in 10 games. The year before that dropped points in 9 games. The year before that dropped points in 11 games. So City don't win 38 games out of 38. They drop points in about 10 games in a season on average in the Premier League. We've only dropped points in 8 so far. So we have no idea how it could have went this year, especially when you consider, yes, if Rodri was there, they would be better. But there were also bigger problems. There were also deeper problems at Man City, which, yes, have been exacerbated by Rodri not being there, but still would have been there regardless. So I'm not going to use this I'm not going to fall into the narrative of saying, oh, it's a lucky title because everyone else wasn't there. I think even if teams were there, we still would have been in the position that we're in terms of top of the league, favourites for the league, because we don't play City 38 games in a season. We don't play Arsenal 38 games in a season. We play every single team, and we've turned up against every single team and done it across the season. So for me, I'm not looking at it in that way. I think the point that the ambition point is something that I don't think we'll ever really agree on, because it comes down to everyone has a different view of ambition.
That's why we'll never agree on.
There we go.
You are, Tom, and you know you are. Okay,
Hassan,
there's a reason.
There
is a reason why we have 2 league titles in 8 years.
Hassan, can we quickly change this conversation ever so slightly? Yeah. Obviously, Trent's now literally he's gone. Who are we replacing him with? Because we got to start thinking about that.
Who do you? No, that's what I was going to ask, Matt. Who do you guys all want as a right back to come in? Give me a name. Your dream signing.
You lot aren't gonna like what I'm gonna say. I think Bradley's good enough.
Oh,
you're on the FSG payroll. I'm convinced from last night you.
No. You can like a player.
I can't believe
without it being that you're being an ownership guy. Come on, guy. You lot know I don't fucking like FSG. Bradley is good enough.
Do you think Bradley is the right back for Liverpool? That's what you're telling me.
He might not be a creative player who's going to be able to give us what Trent gives us. No, nobody.
Yeah,
will.
No. I know. Yeah.
But we're just talking about a solid right back. If he can get over the injury issues, that's the only thing I'm worried about is injury issues. Bradley is definitely good enough to be right back for Liverpool. If he can get over the injuries, yes, 100%. I have no issue with Bradley being the right back. I've seen him in enough games, high pressure games against good opposition to believe in the talent. Simple. Should we buy somebody else? Of course, we're going to need more than one right back.
No, but that's what I'm asking. Would he be your starting right back? You want him to be the starting right back for Liverpool?
I mean, I've looked at the world of right backs, bro, and that's probably one of the main reasons I've been so annoyed. There ain't many good right backs in world football. Look, Chelsea have got Gusto. Hakimi is at PSG. Pedro Porro is a terrible defender, even though I think he's a good right back generally. I mean, guys, work with me. Who is a good right back in world football? Genuinely, who is a good right back in world football?
All right, that's
available. And an
that's
attainable right back as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's available. But that's why I asked you the question. I would, but at the same time, I wouldn't just settle for Bradley though. I'll be honest with you.
No, tell me who you think is actually.
Right,
good
I don't have. I'll be so honest with you. I don't have the direct answer now. Ask me in about a week's time. So I need to do some searching because for me, you're right. There's no outstanding candidate, but I also feel like Conor Bradley isn't the answer. I feel like he's okay to be in rotation.
Is that your first for transfers more so than just
no.
As good as played for us.
As good as I think Bradley is, because I do think Bradley is good. I do think there's probably a right back out there that I haven't thought of that maybe I think that is attainable, that is better than Conor Bradley. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's possible. That's you know.
Thank you, Will. Point proven.
Is the top right.
Trent is leaving. Who's replacing him? Conor Bradley. And then they're mad when we say we're not ambitious. Like, how does that?
I mean,
sometimes you can have.
You want to replace the best right back in the world with Tom Little Regen from the academy? Come on, man. Please.
No, but why? Hold on. No, but Husam, we can't always just dismiss.
I feel I'm with Drift. I do feel like people downplay Conor Bradley.
He's too young. He's young. He's inexperienced. You can't just make him the Trent.
Oh, he's older than Trent when Trent came into the team, bro.
But yes, but even when Trent came in,
he's a generational. Conor Bradley ain't
generational when he was 17.
And
he's just a hard-working right back. That's very easy. He's a hard-working right back who puts in a shift, and he's a good player. But I would never. But I would not sit on his panel and say he's an exceptional right back. Because here's the thing, Drift. We're Liverpool, and this is why when I say ambitious, don't you want to see if you can try and get an exceptional right back? And again, I'm cheating here.
Exceptional right backs.
I'm not going to say I'm cheating here,
bro. That's the
I'm cheating here a little bit. I'm cheating here a little bit because I don't have the answer. But I want to see if we can scout someone that is exceptional. I think Conor Bradley is good. I think he's good, bro. But us having Conor Bradley is us just settling and going, well, he's good, so he could just be the right back.
Sorry,
Because
hold on, man. Hold on.
Of course,
Well, hold
you
on.
hope they scout.
Sorry, Drift. Why can't we put our balls on the table, pause, and go, what? Chelsea, when was the last time they were in the Champions League? Hold on, Reece James is back. Gusto might not be a starter. We want Gusto. Why can't we do that?
Why
I mean, in an ideal world, but Chelsea ain't going to
what-
sell Gusto to Liverpool, bro.
Why not?
I wouldn't
Money
want
talks now.
Gusto anyway.
Come on, bro. Chelsea spend money. They don't care about making it. Bro, they're not
sure?
going to care what we offer. And I wouldn't offer no 80
I think
million
Conor
to
Bradley's
just get
good,
it
but I
done.
just don't think he's exceptional, man.
I think what
Gusto's a
Trent
wicked
leaving though.
right back. If I heard Liverpool were going to get Gusto, I'd be happy. But anything more than 50 mil would be ridiculous. And Chelsea won't accept nothing less than probably 70 mil. We're a rival. Come on, man. There's no way they would let us.
Do we
have
not
Gusto.
think though? Do we not think that Trent is what he as much as I think he's a rat now, he is an incredible footballer. You're not going to buy a right back with his skill set. So the team is going to have to adapt to a right back that doesn't have his skill set. Therefore, what we're saying when we're losing Trent, the team will just be adapted in a different way to fit a more traditional right back because that's all that's on the market. Even the one that we're heavily linked with, Frimpong, he's a traditional right back. If he plays there, he's up and down the line, wide, going to put some crosses. I don't want him back. That's not me saying I want him.
He's a wing back,
saying.
though.
If we get Frimpong,
I have a
we
great
are in
about that.
trouble.
He's
But
like a
but
rat
my-
mid.
but my
He'd be
point
perfect
is-
in the Man United team, personally.
But my point is,
Ping pong.
you might not need to go and buy this exceptional right back if you're not asking them to do what Trent does, which is be one of the chief creators. If you're
Lack
going to
of
put that
ambition,
responsibility elsewhere,
live and direct.
if you're going to put that responsibility elsewhere, you go and buy a player in another position to take that, and you get a solid player at right back. Because I think everyone on this panel agrees.
That's fact.
This summer, the market is shit for a right back. There's no outstanding candidate for a right back this summer, unless you want to take a
We've
gamble
all
on that young
seen
lad
the
from
Tom
Feyenoord.
Little rebuild. You can get Kyle Walker-Peters for a year. I'd rather an experienced player.
Yeah, but even though I rate Kyle Walker-Peters, Husam, he's not better than Bradley currently.
But Drifty, listen to the words I just used.
But
It's
we're
about
just buying a
experience.
player for the sake of buying it.
No, I'm
when
just
we
talking
have
about an
Bradley
experienced
already
player.
here.
I'm talking about an experienced player.
Yeah,
You need
but
some
Bradley's
form of
inexperience
What
won't be a
about
big deal if
about
everyone else is experienced around
about
him
Jed
because that's
Spence?
how Trent came through.
What about Jed Spence?
Oh, do you know what? I would actually check. And Cal, do you know what? I will publicly apologize for laughing at you because you were onto something. You were.
Oh,
I thought it
wow.
was an agenda because you love Spence.
Wow.
But I will publicly admit.
Love is a strong word still.
Well, yeah, because you really like. I will publicly admit to Cal that it was bad of us that we laughed him out the room.
Yeah,
when he
Jed
said
Spence
about
is a
Jed
good
Spence.
option.
Jed Spence is actually a brilliant right back. I'm not gonna lie like that. He was onto
You
something.
know what?
I think he's good.
There's always
he was
one
onto
in it.
something.
Look
He
at
was
Matt,
onto
bro. Look at. I think he's
You
good.
should have left him
No, but I
hanging.
think he's-
Drifty.
No,
left him hanging.
no.
Because I'll always own it if I'm wrong about
No,
something.
same.
Cal
I
was
said it.
right.
I laughed when you said Jed
If
Spence,
we
but I
slap
think he's
30,
good.
35 mil down on the table and we go Tottenham.
There's two Brazilian right backs we could get as well.
Is it Wesley's one of
Vanderson
them
and
from
Wesley
Flamengo?
from Flamengo. Yep.
See,
Those are
I
the
don't
two.
know. So maybe he is brilliant. I don't know enough to make an educated assumption.
But some people
on
are saying Bradley better than Jed Spence.
No, he's not.
In the
No,
people in the
he's
chat
not
are.
better than
Not
Jed.
me.
But you know,
Not me.
you know
I'm
why
saying some people
Bradley's
in
not better than Spence? Because Spencer's got a perfect blend of being able to attack and defend. Whereas I think Bradley is very good at defending, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's good at attacking.
Sorry, brothers. I got to shoot to pick up the little ones. Sam, we'll talk.
Big
Tom,
up.
Drift, Matt, obviously.
Yeah, man.
Big up.
Guys in the chat, smash the like button as well, guys, man. Come on. Like, Sam's putting on a great show here. Let's
Thank
do what we've got to do, man. And Tom, remember, come on. I go. There
No
we go.
crimes this week. No crimes this week.
Tom was crashing out. Hassan, apologies.
Yeah.
I got to go as well. School.
Tom's on my team
No
now.
worries,
you lot.
no
Remember
worries,
that,
no
yeah? Tom's on my team now. Good luck to you two for next week. Big up, everyone.
Big up, man.
I'll
But
be
yeah,
honest,
no, I've
big
got to
up,
shoot
big
as
up,
well.
big up.
Unfortunately, I've got to school right now.
Big up, guys. Matt one and it's Henderson Show. Both are in the description.
People.
Make sure guys go give them a subscribe as well. Big up to you, Matt. Appreciate it.
No, I
Thank you so
appreciate it,
much.
man. And people, smash that button. Come on, man. Great debate over on this channel, man. So make sure you go and subscribe. And smash the likes as well. What we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So
We are at 1,000 likes, so that's better than the
Hey,
start.
hey,
So
come
let's
on.
go.
We keep the likes. You know what I mean? Keep pushing the likes as well. But big up
Let's-
people, enough love.
Let's get the likes up. Appreciate you.
Take care.
Appreciate you. Let me just do these super chats now. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. I'll be honest with you. I just removed the timestamps. I just realized there is no timestamp because the whole time we spoke about Trent. I was just
Yeah,
gonna do
I
Cooper
don't
now,
think
that's the-
we ever got to the Van Dijk and Salah contracts part.
Yeah,
We're
there
just
is
using it to
nothing
make a
else.
point.
There is nothing else to talk about. You get me? It was just Trent today. Big up Naif. Big up to all of you guys. First and foremost, we do have 50 super chats to get through, so I appreciate you all. Thank you everyone for showing us love. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Drifty TV, Tom Little, Sanderson Show, Kopish, and Matt One are all in the description. Please go give them all a subscribe. And thank you to everyone who's shown us love and support. I'm going to be putting out a short as well later on speaking about Trent. Big up to Naif says, big up Don Husam. Trent to Real Madrid. Here we go. As expected per Fabrizio for free. Thoughts? Well, you just listened for the last hour and 30 minutes, so you know my thoughts. Big up to you, Naif. Welcome to Trent. Hala Madrid is what Asensio got is saying. Van Dijk and Saliba next. Wallahi, I want Saliba to go to Madrid. I want that Arsenal meltdown. Woo! Hala Madrid. This means more is what Ethan is saying. We will never forget the memories, the good times, but LFC is bigger than one person. But if Salah goes, I'm crashing out. To be fair, we will never walk alone, Trent. Years ago, it was Stevie G with a Scouser mantle. It could have been passed on to Trent if he put the club above himself. Never will be a legend now. I'm sorry. Do you guys agree? He's not a legend?
Legacy ruined. And you know what?
Yeah,
he better pay.
he's
Out of all
fucked
that
now.
money he's making now from his signing on fee, he better pay security to go and guard that mural because that mural is getting destroyed.
Oh no, that's becoming a Wataru Endo thing now. Give it to Wataru.
That is getting painted over. And do you know what? In all honesty, I know he's probably going to win a lot, yeah? McManaman won 2 Champions Leagues and 3 La Ligas, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he must love what happened in that regard of his career. But if McManaman ever sat down and admitted the truth, I know he would tell you how much it burns him, his own city. Don't give a fuck about him anymore.
Oh, it kills him.
It kills it. He might not admit it.
It kills him and
but
it kills Owen.
kills him.
It kills him and it kills Owen.
Yeah, and do you want to know what? Trent
No,
is
but
going
Tom, you
to
want to
do
know?
exactly
You
the
both
same
guys know
thing.
what really killed Owen. The fact that he went to Man United. Come on, guys. Let's not lie to each other.
No,
I believe
no,
without Man United.
No, but
Owen could get away with it.
I'm on about the
Yeah,
fact
like
that,
without Man United, I'm not a hater of Michael Owen, but I hate him because of Man United.
Husam, I'm not on about how they got to this point. I'm on about the fact that both of them hate the fact that they're not loved by Liverpool fans despite what they achieve for Liverpool. I'm not saying it's because of the same thing, but the situation's the same. Both of them were very good footballers for Liverpool Football Club. Some of the greats in that period of time, but they will never get the love off the Liverpool fan base because of what they did. And that is the same thing that will happen with Trent.
Yeah, but don't you think with
Yeah.
Owen it's United heavy? At least 80% of the reason.
Owen's is
yeah.
United heavy.
Yeah.
McManaman's is the way he left, which is the exact same thing that's happening with Trent.
I could be wrong about this, yeah. You lot can correct me if you think I'm wrong. In my opinion, even though the main objective of football is to win, right? I think when it's all said and done, legacy means more to a player than anything. And the main part
From
of
that
legacy,
fan base, yes. But not
the
how
main
he's
part-
viewed in
the
football.
main part of a legacy is being attached to a club, in my opinion. Again, if you lot think I'm wrong, correct me. So if
No,
look
you
at
are
the
correct. I'm
greats-
saying from the fans of that club, but in general, how he's viewed in football is different. Can I give you a genuine example that me and you both
Yeah,
grew up
but
watching?
don't you want more of that attachment to like Henri and Arsenal, Zidane
Of
and
course.
Real Madrid?
No, Henri and Arsenal is not
like
the
that,
example.
they
He left.
want that attachment where it's like they are synonymous. Maradona and Napoli. You want
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you want that thing that's
Correct.
like you're tied to your legacy.
Can I give you an
right?
example from before Tom's time that me and you both watched? Totti for Roma. Okay?
Totti, Lampard with Chelsea, Scholes,
Totti- when we
and,
watched
and,
Totti,
and them lot with
He's
Man United.
probably he is probably technically and as a footballer even better than Del Piero, but no one will rate him above Del Piero because he decided to stay loyal and stay at Roma his whole life. That's just reality.
But you know that deep down in his soul, Totti feels so much more content with that legacy he has.
Totti
with
feels
Roma.
that way. Roma fans worship Totti. You get me?
Yeah.
But the footballing world does not view Totti higher than Del Piero.
Me personally, I don't think Totti cares. I think Totti
I hear you.
feels more like
I hear
I think
legacy
as well
is
with Trent,
synonymous.
or when you listen to Trent, or you did listen to Trent before this season, who was the one player that was always mentioned by him? Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
Who
Rejected Real Madrid.
literally
Inter
the
Milan.
same thing as Totti. Literally the same situation as Totti. Maybe in the greater footballing world isn't recognised as that because he didn't win a league title, but is idolised and put on the biggest pedestal you can imagine by Liverpool fans, and he doesn't regret his decision. The reason why I think that doesn't necessarily work with Trent is because Liverpool Football Club have won a lot more with him here in a shorter period of time. If Trent Alexander-Arnold stayed until he was 35, that's still 9 years away. Do I think in 9 years' time Liverpool could have 4 league titles and 2 Champions Leagues in Trent's time at the football club? I do. And all of a sudden, you're looking at it, that loyalty doesn't become a detriment in the great debate. It becomes wow. Even with staying loyal, he still led that team to big trophies. Even if he didn't necessarily do that, that's how nostalgia works. So for me, I just look at it. It's a pressure. It's a pressure that you shouldn't have. It's a pressure that you don't get to pick being a Scouser at Liverpool.
Tom, there's a Scouse guy who just sent me a video of you going to the hospital to meet Trent. He just sent me, hey, big up Jack, man. He's like, yo, this is Tom right now. Big up to Fonzie says, I blame Cal transfer news. He better stop it. Drifty, you need to stop this, honestly. You need to be banned.
I'll try.
Yes, please.
And just to what Tom was saying about that unfair responsibility. Look, I'm a firstborn. I don't know about any of you lot, but in my family, I'm a firstborn. I didn't ask for the responsibility of being my brother's keeper and being the man of the house when my dad's not around and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? It just is what it is. If somebody troubles my brother, I have to deal with it. I might not even be in the mood that day. I might get my ass kicked because the guy might be bigger than me. But it's my little brother. That's my responsibility. In life, there are responsibilities you have that you may not want, but you just have to deal with it. So whether Trent likes it or not, he's a Scouse. He came through the academy. He's got more responsibility, and he's dropped the ball. He's dropped the ball, and he must live with that. And I hope that when he's not welcome back in the city and his mural's taken down and he's booed and nobody wants him on that parade bus, that his little stint in the sun with his little boy Jude and sitting and wearing the white shirt, I hope it all means more to him. What a pussy. Fuck Trent.
I'm outnumbered on the stream. Real Madrid is more ambitious than Liverpool is what LFC Sudan says. I hear you. Caster says in 2022, Cal made a video about FSG selling the club, and that's why they've been the Liverpool owners. He needs to be banned from any transfer-related streams. Trent is a rat. He can go do one, is what Elia is saying. Disagree, but fair enough. Big up to Cyber Zones. Tom, you would like to sing this?
No. I'll only sing that song about Curtis Jones.
Scouts are in a team now. The rats overseas is what Cyber Zone is saying.
He who betrays will always walk alone. Never forget that, people.
Yeah, you're agreeing with Ryan. Big up to Asensio Goat, who says you need to understand, Tom. La Liga and UCL is bare minimum at Real Madrid. Our goal for decades now has been to do a treble and a quadruple.
And what?
It's just.
I don't think Madrid can do a quadruple. They don't have.
It's literally fucking pointless. That doesn't move me in any way.
I'm only reading what the guy is saying. Why mad at me? Like, just reading it.
It's fucking irrelevant. That doesn't change my thoughts on Trent, though, does it?
Pick up a
I'm not going to sit here now that you go, oh, well, you just want to win the treble. Fuck it. You know what, Trent? Fair enough. Go on, lad. I want us to win the treble.
Big up to Ed, who says, how many players actually stay with the original club? Not many anymore. Not many anymore. I'll be honest with you. Not many anymore. Big up to Wirem Food, who says, this man, Tom, just called Liverpool an ambitious fucking club. Put the Sepp Vandenberg and Harvey Elliott in the back. You want to know what's funny? He actually mentioned the one example, like the only example of when we actually did something in a transfer window, and he kept using that example. I could use like 10 other windows. That's the funny part. So, yeah, big up to you. Food. You don't even make that face. You know I can. Big up to Chombe, literally the last 3. Big up to Chombe, who says, I thought his dream is to be captain of LFC. Yeah, that was
He's
his
full
dream.
of shit.
You bought Chiesa after losing Klopp. No ambition. That's the epitome of no ambition. Less ambition than the likes of City and Madrid, but more ambitious to win trophies than Arsenal. I disagree. I just think Arsenal have the wrong manager. That's the reason why they ain't won.
No, but we had this argument yesterday, Husam. If Arsenal were as ambitious as people are trying to tell me, and their ownership was more ambitious than FSG, they wouldn't have a bum in charge for 5 years, not winning anything, and give him a bumper 15 million a year contract. That's not ambition.
Okay, if I gave Arsenal a slot for the last 2 years, do you think they win at least one league title?
Yeah.
I agree,
Yes,
and that's
even
my
last
point.
year's.
I think it's Arteta who's the problem,
But
not the
keeping
front.
Arteta in
No,
the
no,
job.
And
no,
doesn't
actually,
have
you're
then that-
actually giving
then that-
Arteta. You both are giving Arteta a get out of jail free card because he spent 800 million. He don't
No,
deserve
no.
sympathy.
I'm not giving him a get
no
out
one's
free.
giving him a get out of jail free
failed.
card.
But the ownership keeping him like do you know
The ownership
Arteta
enabled
has got
further
the most
failure?
secure job in world football right now. Arsenal are thinking less about getting rid of Arteta than Liverpool are about Slot. Do you know how wild that is when he's never won anything? How
Yeah.
crazy is that? That's
No,
not,
no,
that isn't
I
ambitious,
hear you,
bro.
but I'm just saying, listen, if I give Slot to Arsenal, they would have won something in the last 2 years, 100%. And that's why I'm saying it's not the ownership's ambition. Okay, maybe it's like the way that
United have spent
the
over a
fact that they
billion.
kept-
They haven't been ambitious.
But that is ambition though, Husam, because it's not like they haven't
Yeah,
been
the
good,
fact that they
good managers
kept
on the market in the
I
last
hear
2 years.
I hear you. Tom, I'm not a LFC fan, but can see LFC under FSG lack ambition. You became a top team from the genius of Edwards, but he's an employee and can leave, is what Aslan Romi is saying. Fair point on Aslan, because I know you support Aslan, you support Man United. There's a reason why I ain't seen you for so long, because your team's 15th, so you ain't been in my shows. Big up, though. Big up. Bum. Like I said, Husam is a transsexual. I'm not a transsexual, you guys. Did Trent not say it means more? He did. He did. That's
For
the
4
thing.
years.
Like,
For 4
Doesn't he
years,
make
we were
himself
defending
look
that
like
man
an
for saying
idiot
that.
with everything now?
I'll be honest with you, those videos now are looking like crazy. Afternoon, been a Liverpool supporter since 1986. I've seen players go and replace. Trent has done good. Good luck to him going to Real Madrid. Big up, Dinesh. Big up, man. I'm with you. Good luck. He's going to a more ambitious club.
Do you know what's even more crazy? Liverpool fans, and we've all been there, and we've all done it, and somewhere along the line, we've probably hated the fact we've had to do it. We've had to sit there and defend this guy from all the criticism he's received. But through our love and our loyalty to him as a Liverpool player, as a Scouser, as a potential captain, and then he turns around and does this. I can't wait until those Real Madrid fans boo his fucking ass after he has a terrible El Clasico game. And then where will his support be?
Just wait for that first El Clasico when he's got Rafinha and Nico Williams running at him across 90 minutes.
Yeah. Where will the support be then?
He couldn't handle Diogo Dalot this season. He couldn't handle fucking Alex Iwobi this season.
Where will the support be then? And again, I'm not going to change my whole narrative and say he can't defend, because I think he can defend. But I tell you what, when he gets cooked in La Liga, let's see where the support is from.
I'm not going to go support Real Madrid, but I'm not going to wish him like ill or anything. A girl wants to get married, but her boyfriend can only promise to keep it the same as it should be. So should he stay with her BF whose ambitions aren't the same as her, or should she find a man that's ambitious as her?
If you
Little Cat answered this question. He was very ambitious with the girl that he got with, because you're way out of your league when it comes to that one. You get me? Because you're dating an Olympian who's a doctor who's not even English. You get me? So you're doing a lot well, Tom. Obviously, so you've completely dated out of your league. So you're very ambitious. So go ahead, Tom. Answer. I hope she's watching as well. Go on. Go on. Yeah. I dare you. I dare you.
I'll put him on the spot. No, but I will answer.
I'm going to do with Trent and let this play out behind closed doors. Eh?
No, I truly believe that you can never ever use a financial reason for leaving someone. You're supposed to care about the integrity of the person, their morals, the character of the person. If you leave someone purely for financial reasons, then I think that you're a scummy human being. I truly do. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying you should live in poverty. But if you are in a situation where you're okay, you just want more, and that's the only reason why you leave.
Drifty, I need to have a serious conversation now. You cannot let Cal talk about Wataru Endo at any point soon, because there's news coming out that Frankfurt want to sign him. I'm not losing him. I can handle.
I'm not losing
Wataru.
That one, bro. If Endo leaves, I'm livid. Bro.
I will let.
Listen, you are a shooter. You're the reason why me and Tom are weekly on Kopish now, because the other two are pointless when it comes to.
Cal spent 4 years and didn't do anything.
Yeah, he spent 4 years. Can you stop him doing transfer videos? Honestly,
you know what? I'll do my best.
We need to stop it. We can't. We have to be banned.
I'll do my best. 100.
Come on, man.
If Endo leaves, I'm going to be.
We did a Sharky video yesterday. 30 minutes later, he likes Dortmund, Sharky. We need to stop this Callum stuff.
I
We
can't
need
lose
centre
Wazza.
backs and signed Kabak and Ben Davies. Very ambitious club. Yes, Sipsco is doing what Tom did, but for a different window. And that's why you can't just use one window as a measuring stick. You have to look at the overall picture. I agree with you, Sipsco. Club got us success. FSG lucked out. No ambition. I agree. I agree with that. There is no ambition. Salah and Van Dijk, if I'm correct, want to stay.
Let's not
Doesn't
just act
seem
like
they are too worried about the club's ambition. Sorry that Trent's ambition excuse doesn't fly. Yeah, but they want to stay and they haven't been offered a contract. Like,
No, but I agree with him. Trent using the excuse of ambition. Liverpool have won enough for him to not. That's not a good excuse. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Gerrard would have been able to say ambition and not winning anything. Trent, as Tom just put earlier on, has won every single trophy at Liverpool. He cannot use the excuse it's ambition. He can't. I'm sorry. That is not a good enough excuse. We've won 10 trophies since he's been a Liverpool senior player. 3 of those have been majors. 4 if you include the Super Cup, because you can only be in that by winning the Champions League. There is no way that he can say that is only ambition why he's leaving. I'm sorry. That is not flying with me. It's not.
especially
Okay.
for the 32 and the 32-year-old who don't have the years left in their career that Trent has. They're thinking their ambitions are matched at this club.
Yeah.
but I do have both of your word as men live on the channel. If Salah and Van Dijk leave, you are gonna crash out on FSG, and you agree.
Oh, without a shadow
Yeah.
of a doubt.
That one you won't come tell me old and prime.
no,
and
that-
I
that-
understand.
that one's on the
100%.
ownership.
100%.
That
Okay,
was on the
خلاص.
ownership.
Ambition is winning, not finishing second, is what the promo is saying. I am with you. Ambition,
Ambition can't guarantee you win. At the end
but
of the
it
day,
puts you in a better position to win.
but Liverpool were in some of the best positions to win and just face the Man City team that, Jordy's still out on them. At the end of the day, I think we'll look back at the period of time very differently if stuff
I
that
hope they
Man
get
City
found
brings to light.
guilty. I hope they're guilty. I
If
hope
Man
so.
City get found guilty, I want the narrative to change because that would be Liverpool winning 3 league titles in 4
we
years.
don't need. You think you're gonna have to ask for that? If Manchester City get found guilty, I'm gonna say Klopp is the 3-time Premier League champion. I don't give a shit.
No,
what
but then
say.
Husam, would you also say the club were rightly ambitious in that time as well?
Big up to Voice of Reason says we have an opportunity to shine a spotlight on the incompetence of the ownership group. Don't be distracted by the context of any individual player leaving. Trent leaving is a low-hanging fruit. Ooh, big words here from
It's
Voice
about
of
the only time I've ever seen a player get offered 300 to become the highest paid player in their position in the league, and it be called incompetence.
I think the fact that he rejected all this money, I think there is something that the people are just not telling us. I'm gonna be so honest with you. So
70
You guys
million
hired
signing on
Arne-
fee is what I've been told. Some 70 million euro signing on fee is what I've been told.
Oh yeah, his brother's making a fucking killing off this deal.
he is. You guys hired Arne Slot, and over the course of 2 windows, have given him just keys of 15 million. Listen, even Tom admitted that, even though it took him like 3 hours to get there, he was like, at the end of the window, I was livid. So we can all.
No, I didn't say that. I said
You said at the end of the window,
No,
before
I
the
said
football.
no. I said before the football started because we had
It's the
4
same
games
thing,
in
before the
transfer-
football at the end of the window.
It's not. It's not because the football starts with 4 games before the end of the window. So before the game started and we missed out on Zubimendi, I was angry. But then when I actually got to see the team playing, I went, you know what? Maybe we're all right.
Yeah, okay, so
maybe
talking
these
about
guys are
after
ready
the
for it.
first 2 games. Okay.
Yeah, first 3 games, I think.
So just something quite funny to Doug, who said it will also give Arsenal 2 titles. It won't, my friend, because the charges are before
The charges
Arsenal
went out in
were title
2021.
challengers. So it won't give Arsenal anything.
Unfortunately.
I think the
It'll
charges
give Man
end-
United a title though,
the-
which would be a bit of a
Yeah.
Yes, it will. The only one, isn't it?
Do you
meh.
know what? Do you know what it does?
No, sorry,
Oli
they
is
get
the
2.
Premier
They
League
get
champion.
2 because
They
Mourinho
get 2 because they get a Mourinho one as well. But do you know what it does? It gives us a Brendan Rodgers one.
Yes. I don't care. It gives Gerrard the one. That's what matters, man.
If I'm not mistaken, it puts Man U on 22 titles, Liverpool on 23 titles.
No.
Wait,
It puts
does
Man
it?
United on 22 and us 21. Because we have 2 more then.
No, but we're winning
No,
this one.
no, bro. They stopped us winning 2 under.
Oh, yeah, we win
under
this one.
Brendan
Yeah,
Rodgers,
include
so
this
we
So,
get
so
3.
if it's from, I think it's from 2011 to 2022. So you've got,
Mm.
I think 11-12 might go to United. So that's one for them. 12-13 United won it anyway. 13-14 is one for us. 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17 are all irrelevant. 17, 18, United. 18, 19, Liverpool. 19, 20, irrelevant. 20, 21, United. 21, 22, Liverpool. So both of them get
Oh,
3.
so
And
we-
you add
but
this
you add
one.
them
I
up
didn't add
halfway,
this
we're
one as
both
well.
23.
Yeah,
But
and you
you
add
add
our
on to this
current
one,
one.
we'll be tied. We'll be tied on 23 each.
23 each.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. FSG are to blame.
But that would mean FSG got you 1, 2, 3, 4 league titles in 10
lack of
years.
investment has killed
Five-
us.
five
Don't
actually.
kill for FSG, Tom. You've lost all respect. Go work for Redman TV. You'll be welcome there. I do think Tom will fit
I'm
in
not
there.
an FSG shill. I will blame them for what I think they need to be blamed for.
I love Tom. Tom, why not pay Trent what he was worth past 3 years? You get all personal and toxic now, Tom, but the guy hasn't been paid what he's worth.
Oh no, how's he supposed to survive on 180 grand a week? Fucking hell. The poor fucking thing. He probably doesn't have he probably hasn't had heating in his home. You know, we are in the cost of living crisis. He's only on 180 grand a week as a
Big up,
21-year-old.
Bruno. Big up, Bruno. Selection says Tom spitting as per usual. Yeah, and you've been spitting on Tom for a really long time as well. So
Pause.
yeah,
What the
Big,
fuck
that's a-
was that?
yeah, that's what
Oi?
selection is on, man. That's what selection is on. Anytime
Oi,
Tom
no.
opens his mouth, he's like gargle, gargle, gargle every time. Khalas, we
Nah,
get to
fuck
selection. We get
Jesus.
to selection, Tom.
What the
Anytime Tom
hell?
says something, you have to
Oi,
fall
nah,
in
I
love
don't
with
like
his
that.
words. Yahi. You've been spitting on Tom as well. It's about
Oi,
balance.
stop it,
overall.
man. Pause. Yo,
simple.
chill.
A fully structured club operates well. The problem is football is like real life now. Unrealistic expectation because of comparisons. I don't like FSG. I'm a realist. But I am not even talking about like Manchester City owners. I'm not talking about any of that. Listen, I have never ever been, and even Tom will vouch, he's worked for me for the longest. I've never ever been the guy to go like, I want an ownership from this country or something. I don't care, bro. It could be Mukesh Ambani, who we've spoken about before. It could be a Greek billionaire. It could be an African billionaire, an Indian billionaire, a Malaysian billionaire. Maybe I don't care. Just get me someone who wants to win. That's it. I want us to take the next level. FSG recruitment is good, but they need to spend more. I don't agree that this is the best transfer strategy in the world. And there's something that I've always said for a while. Even if you want to scout and do the young player thing, sign more young players then. Like it's not difficult. You get me? So yeah. We're literally the only club in world football that can turn a title celebration into a wake. Fuck's sake, can we not have a normal title win? No, we can't. And the title win could even get worse.
Liverpool, isn't it? It's so Liverpool.
Because there are 2 players, if they do leave. Oh my God. If you think this was a crash out from Tom today, you have
No,
not
if
seen
Virgil
it.
and Salah go, the crash out's going to be monumental. The crash out will actually overblow the title win.
If
100%.
if Virgil and Mo leave, the stream I do that they will not be allowed to be monetized. So
I know facts. I might not even go live because I actually might just fold. Like I'll get myself in trouble.
I lived there, Freedom. I lived there for a year and a half. I did. I lived there. I speak Malay as well, so I check about Malayo. I agree with Husam. I don't blame Trent. All is on FSG. Big up to you, MHM. Some people agreeing with me, some people agreeing with Tom. Big up everyone who agrees with me. Big up to Annie who says the signing on Annie, man, like Annie. Tom, you remember Annie, right?
yeah.
Big up Annie. Big up. Book Club Annie. You get me. Iconic Annie, man. LFC show Annie. The signing on fee is a massive factor. Him and his bro has been rubbish. They're rubbing, I think he means, their hands together for months. Ambition is just the easy thing to say. How much are you guys saying the signing on bonuses is? Like the actual numbers. Don't just
the rumor.
It'll be anywhere from 40 to 70.
That's what the rumors are.
So who gets that then?
It would be a combination of Trent
him and his
brother,
agents,
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Him, his agent, and some other.
So maybe his brother would get like 20% of it, maybe, or something like that, and then he would get the rest.
His brother's about to be a millionaire. Like,
and do you know what's crazy? If his brother has been helping to push the narrative, we've heard from people in the past, like Nicholas Anelka as an example, where they realized that they shouldn't have listened to their family, who were only thinking about themselves, and their career ended up going down a path that was weird for them. So Trent, good luck listening to your brother who might just be thinking about himself. Good luck, innit?
I hear it. And listen, for me, I'll be honest. Like,
it also
when it comes,
there's a video of his other brother laughing at us losing at Wembley as well, whilst in the ground.
Yeah, I saw that. That's really bad.
Look at Pogba's brothers. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that Trent's brothers like this, but you can't always just listen to someone because they're your brother. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, the signing on fee is a big bonus. I don't think ambition is easy to say though, Annie, because we had to elaborate and expand on it. Klopp gave Trent vice captain over Mo to convince him to stay. Is what 1 in a million is saying.
Worst vice captain in a long
There
time.
you are.
in the football
There you are.
club,
You're
by
about
the
to
way.
say in football history, like.
No,
I
no,
think Trent's
no.
the worst captain to ever captain Liverpool. And I'm not just saying that because he's leaving. He's a terrible captain. You can check the tapes before. We had a massive argument about who's a better captain out of Curtis Jones and Trent about 3 years ago. And Matt said
40
Trent.
million signing on fee.
All I'll say is I've never seen Trent stand up for Liverpool the way Curtis Jones did that derby.
40
Yeah,
million
he
signing
doesn't
on.
come and do interviews after we lose. He's not a captain in any way, shape, or form. Look at him in the Merseyside derby and against Man United. You think you can be a Liverpool captain with performances like that? Nah, come on, man. Trent is
I'll be
the
honest.
first-
When I have a child, I'm completely going to be his agent, 100%. Like this whole like signing on fee stuff. I'll be honest with you. I'll be like, I'm good for life, man. Project Salah. I'm just looking for an athletic wife. Big up to the athletic wife. She can't be too tall though, because then I'm tall, and then we'll have NBA player, which I don't want. No Project LeBron James. Project Salah, Mbappe. My children are gonna be the front three.
Mind you, the NBA money is probably better than the football money, all things considered, because you get guaranteed contracts over there, like 70 million a year.
I think
at that
all
point.
American sports pay more than football.
Yellow, that's the good thing with me. I can get a second wife. Big up to Shravan who says FSG made Husam shave on stream. Hala Madrid, though. What Shravan is saying. It's true. Do we support Liverpool or Trent leaving for free? Kissing my teeth. Of course we support Liverpool, Aiden. Of course. You think that next season I'll be like, hello everyone and welcome to Don Husam. We're here to watch Real Madrid against Zaragoza. Are you dumb? Of course we're going to support Liverpool. Come
Yeah,
on,
but
man.
Husam, am I going to get a hate along though?
No,
At any
you will
point,
not.
you like them Zubimendi hate alongs that we got this year?
Nope.
Am I going to get
Nope.
a right? So so you're not fully committed then.
No, I'm not hating on Trent. Me and you disagree on that completely already, but I'm not gonna go support him either. You get me? I support LFC, not a player, and Trent won't be a legend in my books. FSG, Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes. I hope all of you get out of my beloved Liverpool. I'm with you, man. Listen, hopefully, you know.
I
we just
really
get
got
them-
shot down as well when I said that I'm not sure about this whole Edwards coming back to Liverpool. Everyone told me he was the GOAT. Yeah, this ain't my GOAT.
Yeah, I agree. My God's messy. Husam, are you Trent? He wants to win Champions League and trophies. Yeah, that's what I said. He wants to win the Champions League and trophies, and he wants to have sustainable success, which I don't think he will have.
I hope
FSG
he is the curse that means they stop winning as well. I fucking hope that he is the curse. I hope he is to Real Madrid what Harry Kane was to Tottenham.
Do you know what would make it even better, Drift? If he was the reason Real Madrid stopped winning, but we continued to win in his absence, and he tried to come back, because the one thing that this is going to do is mean he can't ever come back.
No, he's done. He can't come back to Liverpool.
FSG's fault. Trent looking around. No ambition is what it's Gaz is saying. Big up to you, Gaz.
Big up, guys.
Double standard, same energy as Zubimendi.
I don't.
I'm
You
not-
know,
I
want
kept the
Zubimendi.
same energy, to be fair. Actually, no, I didn't keep the same energy because I insulted Zubimendi completely. I
Did
didn't
you
keep
not
the
see
same.
Zubimendi against Man United? I don't think he's cut out for the Premier League. Arsenal can have him.
Yeah, Arsenal can have him. Arsenal can have him. I don't want Zubimendi. By the way, there is a player that no one in the media knows about. I know about. I'm gonna leave that as a surprise. I'm running a Husam X Tom later this week as well. I'm gonna rebuild the. I'm giving you a shock player. Many people don't know about him. I'm gonna give you one hint so you guys can think about it. La Liga. Big up to Ali who says Husam, he is a snake. Simple as. Fairs. I blame Trent. He's a rat, is what Kobe Bryant says. Rest in peace, Kobe. Big up to Saren Ladet who says Soren Ladet. Big up Soren. Oh, this is Soren. I've seen him in the terrace on Kopish before. Big up to you, Soren.
Yeah. Soren's a legend on Kopish. Big up Soren, man.
Big up. Klopp and Jörg Schmatka should have taken care of the contracts before he announced he was leaving. Will it change your view of FSG if Van Dijk and Mo signs new contracts for the end of the weekend? Trent does not deserve our love. If Salah and Van Dijk stay, it makes me go like, okay, Trent left Liverpool Football Club because he wants to join Real Madrid. But at this point in time, with both of them not signing a contract, I mean, even Drifty and Tom have both agreed with me and said, listen, they both leave. We're going to crash out. You get me? So, like, because both of them have made it public information that they want to stay at Liverpool Football Club, like, you can't, no one, not Drifty, not Matt, not anyone on the planet can convince me that the reason why Salah is leaving Liverpool is not FSG. It's them. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
Same with Virgil. It's them. So we have to keep
but I'm going to be very intrigued how many people come and sit on the same side as me and Tom if Salah and Virgil do stay.
I think a lot of people
because all the hate we're
sign
getting
with
now,
Jonas.
I'm going to be very curious to what the narrative is if they stay. Very curious.
I hear it.
Very curious. Because
I just can't wait for that first game at Anfield where Trent's back from his injury. If he ever does come back from this injury and he doesn't have another incident, which means he's ruled out for the rest of the season. If he comes back,
I don't think he's going to come out from his injury
now as well. It'll be very, like, even just turning up to Anfield in normal clothing and not playing now. Like, you're not welcome, bro. You're not welcome. Like, it's going to be very
that game. If the thing, I don't know if we'd given them the new contracts before the end of the season, but if we did give them the new contracts before the end of the season, Salah and Van Dijk, that first game after the announcement, the outpouring of love and support for that player, the name will be chanted for most of the game. And that's something Trent don't get because he thinks he's the big man to go win a Ballon d'Or.
Indonesia are beating Bahrain. Big up Indonesia, man. Like East Asia, best looking woman I've ever met was Indonesian woman. Liverpool is after Reece James as a replacement. Guys, why do we want Reece? Do you both want Reece James? I don't want Reece James.
No.
If you could take away his injuries, 100%, but his injuries are so bad.
The problem is Chelsea fans been saying that for years. If you take away the injuries.
No, but if we're talking about ability, forget about the tribalism of it all. Reece James is a brilliant player. He's a very good right back, of course, but he's way too injury prone. I don't trust him with injuries.
It'd be like another Daniel Sturridge type signing. Very talented player, but you can never get over the injuries.
Big up to Osvaldo says FSG disgraceful. No point in enjoying number 20 is what Osvaldo's saying.
Oh no,
there is a point.
Do not let that stop you enjoying it, bro.
If the other two leave, then we will talk.
If the other two leave, then it could be different. Yeah.
Even if the other two leave, I'm going to allow me. I'm going to have a point when I just celebrate the league title and what we done. I can at least give myself 24 hours to appreciate it before.
No, I hear you, bro. But it'll be like you finally got to be with whichever woman you've always wanted, and then the next day you find out she gave you herpes.
Whoa! Wow, that's a strong analogy,
that's
right
looking at it.
Yeah, I hear it.
So would you really reminisce about it?
Yes. You reminisce about it and you remember is sick. You get me. Fabrizio just tweeted, Real Madrid's salary proposal to Trent is understood to be within the club's policy. It won't be kind of superstar salary as clear part of Real Madrid's strategy.
So he's getting 200 grand a week, which is about 20 grand more than he's getting at us at the minute. And we offered to make him the highest paid English player in the Premier League, which would be at least 300 grand a week, or more than 300 grand a week.
So he's leaving because he just wants to leave. What a
If only one stays, who would you keep?
If only one.
Fuck's sake.
I'm saying Salah. It's impossible to replace the goal.
It's Virgil. Virgil's the hardest to replace.
I might just. I don't know. I don't know.
And I know Husam's gonna have got me for this because of the whole Salah thing. I adore Salah. Come on, man. Of course I do. But I do believe that you can go and get an Alexander Isak just as an example, and you can replace goals from Salah in a different way. You can't replace Virgil. There's nobody on the planet that you can replace Virgil with.
I'll tell you my honest opinion of why I'll choose Salah. Look, in a Premier League setting, and even in a I know he was shit against PSG. I owned it, and I said he was shit against PSG. But I'm saying, like, in 90% of the games, he's almost the reason why you win a game. Now, and it's not just GA, it's not just numbers on a stat sheet. I think he has presence on the pitch that intimidates a defender, that allows a Gakpo to run in behind, allows a Diaz to run in behind. And I don't think you can just look at it off like, oh, let's just take this guy out and put an output guy in and it works. I don't think so. Like,
no, 100%, bro. 100%. 100%.
I hear you. Tom has to answer though.
Do you know what? This might be controversial to say as well, with Virgil being a year older. I also think Virgil's got more longevity left in the game than Salah does.
Potentially.
I think Virgil can play at this level longer than Salah can.
His play style isn't as intensive.
Yeah,
as
his play. Yeah, I personally believe that Virgil has more longevity, and I also
Virgil runs like 3 kilometers per game.
I also believe, and I could be totally wrong on this one, I also believe Virgil is a type of player that might be more willing to accept becoming a squad player than Salah, which means in a year or two's time, it might be like, okay, yeah, whoever it is who you've brought in now, and now Virgil only plays half the games. Or whereas I think Salah's the type of guy that's like, if I'm not playing every week, I'm out. So there are a number of reasons why I just think it's more beneficial.
Hopefully both stay. That's
of course. Yeah, of course. 100%.
Now, Tom, can I get an answer? I'm not moving past this. You have to get an answer. Me and Drifty both answered. Be a man. Answer. Put it on the table and answer.
Van Dijk, stay.
I knew
I
knew you hated me all along because of my race. Big up to Frankie Fast Hands.
Wow.
Cal is murdering this football club every Monday morning. I told Drifty and Matt, they're not listening. Anyway, the Drifty just threatened to hijack the parade. Massive threat is on it.
I'm not trying to go jail, Frankie. Jesus. But Trent ain't allowed on it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see if he gets on the bus. Tom Tiny,
booed. I'm booing. I'm starting a boo because I'm at the parade, and I'm starting a boo when the bus goes past if I see Trent.
Tom Tiny, microscopic, small, little. Stop this now, is what Fonzie is saying. City don't have centre backs.
These lot defending Trent more than Trent did himself at times. Honestly.
Yeah, City have a centre back problem. Name top 10 right backs in the world.
I don't think I could name you 10 right backs.
In the top 5 is Hakimi and Kimmich. And with all due respect, that says everything about the right back market.
Hakimi, Kimmich, Koundé, maybe.
Koundé, you could say Carvalho.
He's having a good season, boys. I don't even think he's a good defender.
Carvalho is back. Frimpong.
Frimpong's a wing back.
Who's there in Serie A? Is there any good ones in Serie A?
You know what's crazy? Arsenal have one of them. Ben White.
Yeah, he's solid.
And to be fair, Timber. Arsenal have actually got 2 of the best right backs. Yeah. How crazy is that?
Yeah. I hear you. Big up to you, Aiden. W is in chat for my guy Josh Byrne, drops in the 50 piece, who says FSG out. I'm with you, Josh. We're all together in this. You get me. Me, Top Red Tom, and everyone. We are FSG out. You get me. We want them to get out of our club.
Liverpool's a shout. Newcastle wouldn't sell him though.
Yeah. Guys, we can't just go to Newcastle and buy everyone. We're going to go over there just like Isak, Livramento, Anthony Gordon, Bruno Guimaraes. We could, if you want me to speak genuinely, on paper, we actually solve all our problems from Newcastle. We could just go to Newcastle, get Bruno Guimaraes, Livramento, Lewis Hall, Isak, Gordon. Bring those 5s to us. We win the league next year and the Champions League and everything. But it's just not
Gordon, but yeah, the other 4, 100%.
Loyalty is overrated. You guys need to get over yourselves and realize footballers don't care about your feelings. Money talks. Footballers owe you nothing. To be fair to ELCN, he's an Arsenal fan who acknowledges that Saliba's going to Real Madrid. So he's keeping his energy consistent. He thinks
he's absolutely got a point that they don't care about our feelings. No. Just understand that we don't care about him anymore, and it will affect him. It will. Maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, but one day it will bother him that he has no longer got a legacy. I mean,
it bothered McManaman when he won a fucking Champions League. McManaman was sat there in the dressing room after the Champions League going, this is shit, this.
Yep.
This Premier League title will be viewed the same way as Leicester's an anomaly. The fact City and Arsenal let such a poor champion emerge is complete. First of all, I want to make something completely clear. Arsenal made and allowed fuck all to happen because you were 8 points ahead of the league 2 years ago and you did not win the league. And last season you won 16 games out of 18 and you didn't win the league. So Arsenal didn't let me do anything. So shut your ass up. That's number 1. Number 2, if we win every single game from now to the end of the season, we end the season on 97 points. That's a bigger points tally than City, and then the other City team that won it in the last 2 years. And fourth of all, we were top of the league before you even had a single injury. We were top of the league. You dropped points against Chelsea, against Fulham, against Everton, and against a club I forgot.
You know, I love the fact that Saka's injury has given Arsenal a reason to believe that's why they haven't won the league. Do you remember the dire football Arsenal were playing before Saka's injury? It was terrible. They were set piece FC basically, and now all of a sudden the narrative is, without Saka, that's the only reason why. Get a grip, man. But you know what? Copium is a beautiful thing to watch. It's such a beautiful thing to watch. So let them run the narrative.
And Fulham was the other game. 0 controversies, 0 injuries, and you still drop points.
I mean, you don't need to say that. I'm just saying the fact that if Liverpool get 90 points this season, which is just 20 points from their remaining 8 games, we've got more points than Arteta has ever managed in a single season. Arsenal couldn't let us do shit.
I love. You know what the saying about Arsenal fans that I love? Yeah, it's just one simple statement. Always explaining something. It's just a perfect way to just describe the Arsenal fan base. They are always explaining something.
This is true.
Just let them, man.
Big up to DNP Donkey. Big up to Abdi says, after everything he's given for you, be happy for him. I hear you, Abdi Has. I don't have hate.
Would you be happy if your wife cheated on you after 10 years of beautiful marriage and 4 kids?
But you know what? She gave me something.
She gave me 4 beautiful kids. I've had 10 years of happiness, but now she slept with my friend. No, I ain't happy.
Analogies are like,
Is it no? But Drifty's not even like friend. She slept with the guy who was above me at work. She slept with the guy who's in my position.
She slept with my enemy. Yeah, she actually slept with my enemy.
No, that would be my
Real Madrid are the enemy.
Trent is not at the enemy.
No, Real Madrid are the enemy, bro. They're the reason why we don't have
in recent years. In recent years, Real Madrid.
No, but there is no one we hate more than Man United. You know.
No, but Man United.
Real Madrid are close, bro. Real Madrid are close.
I don't think Real Madrid are close.
Do you know on the clock?
Everton,
do you know on the clock? They beat us in 2 finals and knocked us out 3 times in.
I know that. I know that.
So 5 times is the reason why we haven't gone on to a Champions League success. Is Real Madrid, bro? I hate that club. I hate that club, bro. With a passion.
I hear what you're saying, but when I look at the statement, I hate you. I hate Madrid, but not as much as I hate Man United or Everton.
No, I hate you.
Or even Chelsea.
Man United are here and Real Madrid are here.
The thing is, Man United and Everton are
historic rivalries.
Historical. Real Madrid and Man City and Chelsea are competitive rivalries. Chelsea's a bit in the middle, to be fair, because there's a little bit of history with Chelsea, but the other 2 are competitive rivalries.
Like it's just. I look at Everton and I would rather like Everton get relegated than Real Madrid get relegated.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'd rather Real Madrid got relegated, bro. The crash out would be monumental.
I hear it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Real Madrid got relegated?
I mean, if when Trent goes Real Madrid, I wouldn't be opposed to that happening. He left us and gets a relegation on his CV instead of a Champions League.
Tom, I think you agree with me, right? Everton relegation over Madrid.
Yeah, I want nothing more than see Everton get relegation in their brand new stadium, which is supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread.
I agree with you. See, that would be beautiful to see. Trent's approach is an issue, but FSG allowed it, is what Zier Talks is saying. I hear you. Listen, fairs. From the outside looking in, of course. And congratulations on your draw to Japan as well, Zier. Is it true Salah was fasting during both PSG games? No. I think during the timing of the final, he was fasting, but he was not fasting during PSG because PSG was a night game, 8 p.m. So he had broke his fast like 2 hours before the game. So yeah.
Greetings from Gila in the chat's giving me joke. Of course you love us, bro, because you always beat us. No Real Madrid fan is going to have a problem with Liverpool. They probably enjoy playing against Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So
I actually realized a lot of Barcelona fans hate us, by the way.
Oh,
but that's very bad. Obviously, we always beat them. Yeah, because that's we always beat them. No, it's not even 4-0, Tom. See, you don't even know football history.
No, I do know football history.
We beat Javier Saviola. Ludovic Jolie, Ronaldinho, number 19 Messi at Camp Nou 2-1.
2-1. Count and Bellamy. Do you also know about 2001 when we beat them on
No,
penalty?
not Count. John Honorisa scored.
Oh yeah, I forget. Count tapped in the Bellamy one, didn't he? Which tries to claim it as his own. But even in 2001 when Gary McAllister penalty 1-0.
Yes, we eliminated them on the way to the Euro Cup and
that's where that image of Gerrard laughing at Guardiola comes from.
Greetings from Canada. To continue the Dutch connection, I'd love to see Denzel Dumfries on
Oh my god!
First of all, don't ever suggest Denzel Dumfries.
Fussy Judge Mo, get off the bearer account and stop trying to sell us Denzel Dumfries.
Yes.
We don't want him.
Yes, we can agree we don't like Frimpong. Can we all agree we're taking Frimpong a level above Dumfries? Like a level above them.
Frimpong just to worry about his defensive side.
Ooh, I don't know, because Frimpong can't defend, man. He can't defend.
Dumfries is the epitome of can't defend. I promise you.
If we're gonna go Dutch, Boyan, then we might as well go for Gertruda. That would be who I would say go and get as a right back if we're gonna go Dutch. Do you get what I mean? Not Dumfries or Frimpong. Get Gertruda. And even then, I still don't think he's good enough, but he's better defensively than these two.
I hear you. With Arsenal, you don't need to say anything. Just wait, is what Ash is saying. No, but I had to respond, bro. 4 times you dropped points without any injuries or controversies. We were top of the league anyway, even when you were there. So don't even try bullshitting. I'll simplify. It's not the why, it's the how he did it. I understand that, and that's why I told him from the start. So I said it from the start. I understand where Tom's coming from. Now that Tom has come through therapy on the stream, he's no longer seething. Husam, Husam saying we're going for Frimpong. Indy saying, tell Indy to put the KFC in the bag. I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat iftar right now. So allow this Indy hype, man. He knows.
If we sign Frimpong, then I will have so little faith in anything else we do this summer.
Arsenal fans, these lot need to zip it. Oh my days. And W's in the chat for my guy Aboud for dropping in the 500 piece. Big up to you, Aboud. Hey, he says it means more. Obviously, he's mocking it as a City fan, but
big up to the super chat, innit? You got,
yeah. And today he has the right to use this to mock us because it was actually Trent who came out and said this. I swear to God, like. That's the one thing where I was letting Tom vent, and I was listening to him. And I'm like, yo, low key, I hear you, because at the start he was like, everyone was in the chat going like, it means more. And I was like, who said this? And I remember Trent himself said it when he was telling City fans that I'd rather win 1 league at Liverpool than win 4 at City. So that's the thing that makes this thing like
Sam,
he's got no self-awareness.
He was saying it when City were doing a treble. Man City were doing a treble at the time. Man City were about to win a treble, and I got Trent coming out and winning 5th place, going, it means more. I went with it. I went with the PR. And now I'm fucked.
For the guy.
Now I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I died for that guy how many times?
Now all you have is Robertson. Trent.
He's turned the chat is saying he's turned his comments off. He's already regretting this.
Of course, he's gonna turn his comments off. Of course, why you think?
No, if you're a big bad Real Madrid G,
everyone is gonna turn their comments off in this situation. Come on, until the people calm down. You know
bro,
he's supposed to.
If you're the big bad Real Madrid player, keep your comments on.
Big up to all of you guys. Listen, I appreciate you all. شكرا عبود حبيبي. قد ما حكيت لك شكرا ما راح كفي معك. يسلم. Thank you so much عبود. Big up to Josh. Big up to everyone who sent a super chat. Big up to everyone who's shown us love. Big up to the Coppish boys. Big up to you, Drifty. Big up to Callum. Big up to Matt. All their channels in the description. The Matt One Show, the Sanderson Show, Coppish, and Drifty TV. Tom Little's channel is in the description. The Villain Arc has started because he went live today. And we will be back at 10 p.m. UK time for the overrated 11 frauds of the season. And you already know the rest of the schedule.
Are you going to be able to concentrate on anything else today, though, Husam? Really?
Yes,
truthfully?
I will be. Because
I don't think I can. I was woken up out of a nap, guys. Callum woke me up from a nap. I was up early this morning, so I took a nap after lunch. And Callum rang me, was like, are you ready to stream? Can you stream? I was like, wow, what's happening? It's like, you don't
Trent
know.
Madrid.
And then I saw a message from Jamie, and I was like, are you kidding me, Trent? It's actually so like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was woken from a nap to this bullshit.
Yeah, so you can't. Yeah, I hear you. But for me, I've accepted it publicly over the last 3 months. What about the ex who wanted to stay, but you left her anyway? Warren and Jordan Ibe. Loyalty should be both ways. Hopefully, Chiesa and Dar would stay. Yeah, but it's not the same. Like Warren and Jordan Ibe, you can't compare them to Trent, who's a world class superstar, local, born and bred.
Also,
Even I.
neither of them are Scouse.
Yes, there you go. Anyway, listen. I'm gonna go eat
I
my
forgot
farm.
Andre Varnon lived in fucking what? I forgot Andre Varnon lived in West Derby.
Tom, you know I haven't eaten for 18 hours. Anything else you want to say about Andy Varane? Go ahead. Can I go eat? You already said you hate Arabs because you chose Van Dijk. Anyway,
Wow.
make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are
That's a crazy
subscribing to the
narrative.
channel. Love you all. And thank you guys for 48.
Of course, we're ending before I can squash it as well.
Yeah, it's done. The road to 49K continues. Yalla. See you guys, man. Peace out.
Peace.